Good Wednesday evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, it is he, it is me, it is PDDE. Tefwakuid in the place to be, and I'm higher than Richard Pryor and screwing up my own intro. Joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. ToneDef.
What's up, everybody? I don't even have an intro, so don't feel bad. How's everybody doing tonight? Wednesday, we got it cracking.
We are glad you are with us this Wednesday, Mr. Tony. And
thank you.
You are welcome, brother. And joining us on the bottom half of the screen there, he is the Don of 2 Cents Toys. All hail, Sal Vador.
Hello and salutations. That's my intro.
Welcome back, man. You've been a busy man lately, so we're glad to have you back on the air with us, bro.
Yeah, I have had an extended leave of absence, none by my choice. At best, my schedule is turbulent, so it's nice to be back and not have to work the next day.
We are glad to have you here. And oh, look here, we got in the chat already, Flare X. Let me go on over here to the live chat, get that going. As soon as it pops through, I'll share a few here. There we go. Flare X, one of our regulars. Yo ho ho, a pirate's life for me. I had to read that like Garfield. You remember the Garfield Halloween special when we were kids?
Yeah.
Dude, I watched that with Trey, and I still love that. I've made so many memes out of that old man. And Tap and Dice is Go Las Vegas Raiders. They are they're on their way. They're on their way to Vegas, man.
Boo.
They start their next season?
Yeah, this upcoming season.
This upcoming. Okay.
My thing is, all right, if we're paying hundreds of millions of dollars for a stadium, and yeah, it's going to the local taxpayers out here, can we at least repackage the franchise?
Are they going to be they're going to be the Raiders still?
They're going to be the Raiders.
I'm a Raiders. I like the Raiders. Okay, I'm not going to lie. I've had a thing for the Raiders since I was a kid. I'm a Lions fan. Hey, I got to give a shout out here real quick before we get going. I got thank my new subscribers today. Michael T. And we got Brendan Evans, the Doomed Scholar here. I got to give a shout out to this.
That's a dope name.
What's that?
Does he call himself the Doomed Scholar? That's pretty cool.
I'm going to give a shout out to the group here I joined today, and they are kind of like-minded along the same lines of our community here. I'm very impressed, and I've had a very good discussion with the gentleman that runs that group today. He subscribed to the channel, so I really appreciate it. Oh, it's the name of his company. Okay, that's his Okay, so it is a company. All right, so let me
to the Google.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop this up here. I've got it right on my phone here. Let me look into this. But yeah, man, I'm absolutely stoked about that. And there's, like I said, we've got it's the Doomed Scholar Studios. And yeah, man, I'm very happy with this. I dig it. So yeah, we got to give big shout outs to him. And there's a group on Facebook. If you're basically sick of the way Hollywood is right now, and it's like that, you go on over there and check that out. And I see there's a lot of good discussions in there, kind of like the things we cover here. We talk about how identity politics has permeated our entertainment and our escapism, and yeah, it's not good. It's not good, and this is what we want to do. We want to fight back against it. And actually, we were kind of talking about Mel Brooks, and I think that's a good place to start tonight. Before we kind of get into the more lighthearted stuff, we can kind of talk about Mel Brooks, because I just let me find it right here. I just picked this up today at the store for $5, the Blu-ray for Spaceballs, which is more Star Wars than anything Disney has come out with since they took over and bought out Lucasfilm.
Have you opened that Blu-ray yet?
I have. I've taken the plastic off, and I've.
Go ahead and crack that open for me. I'm curious to see if there's anything. No, okay. The one I don't know.
It's not a special edition. It was in a $5 bin.
Yeah, I don't know what the difference is about like retailers necessarily because I bought mine from Amazon. I think it was like $7, and it came with like bumper stickers. It had like Spaceballs, the bumper sticker.
Oh my god, I wish.
Had I Heart Uranus, We Break for No One, like had a whole bunch of extra shit in it. And so I'm like, what's the difference between getting it at Walmart and getting it on Amazon? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was in Walmart, and I'm gonna pop the name up here is Doom Scholar Studios. Yeah, I was in Walmart today, and just kind of had to pick up a few things, and I walked by I was over in the toy. I was talking to Sal off air, and I said they got the whole Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom at the Walmart by me. So I was like, I wanted to buy the Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom, but I think I might just go back and scoop up Doctor Doom and then say it's for Trey, so my wife can't get mad at me.
Hell yeah! I tell you, Pete, if you get that Doctor Doom, I'm still waiting on my pre-order to come in. He's the only one in my wave I don't have. Like I'm still like once I get him in, then I'll review the whole wave. But if you go pick him up, you'll actually beat me to owning a Marvel Legend.
I think I'm going to, because that doesn't happen ever. I've never bought a Marvel Legends figure. I've never bought one.
You're in for a treat.
I have abstained because they are so they're so nice, and I've and it's
a very slippery slope that leads into a deep rabbit hole.
I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does, man. Let's see. Flare X says the copy I has the bump. Oh, Flare X got the bumper stickers with his. Nice. Hell yeah.
It's worth it. Like I think I only paid $7. Not only is it a great price for the movie, but with everything else, I'm like, I would have paid $20 for this.
Yeah.
Can I ask you guys? Do you have many vintage toy stores where either of you live? Retro toy.
I have way too many.
Yeah. I was going to say, we have quite a few, and I don't know, it's not much. I want to start collecting some more of the retro toys, but I have Steve Austin from the late 90s and a couple other toys I picked up from one. I mean, I love those. I love going in and looking at the old toys and stuff.
See, being a toy collector myself, I'm somewhat of a toy collector myself. The best part about vintage is that the lines are done. There's a finite, I will collect this. Whereas with new shit like Marvel Legends, there's always, but then I'd say 2 months usually, there's always new ones coming out, and it's hard to keep up.
Yeah.
So, Voltron. I saw episodes of Voltron, but I never saw them in sequence, so I was never a huge fan of it. I like the toys, but I never knew the show very well.
I was a kid when I watched that, real young.
Oh, that was on. That was on when I was really young, because I said, I'm 39, so that was one of the shows that was on when I was young. I did watch it basically every episode. I never got any of the toys though. I said, I've told you guys this off air. I didn't grow up I did not grow up in an affluent household. My parents did not make a lot of money until I was not make money basically until I was older. No. I never got any of the bullets. It's like Transformers. I had GoBots. I didn't have Transformers. It's if
you couldn't afford core, not G.I. Joe.
I had, I have G.I. Joes. That was one thing I did have. My parents did give me G.I. because G.I. Joes were cheap back then.
Yeah, it was $2.
Yeah, and it's funny because we were talking about that in the Star Wars thing. I have the Star Wars thing I have behind me here. This little the gimmick I have here up top of it. You can't tell because I can't really zoom in on that camera. Or if I do, I don't know how to really zoom out and fix the picture because I'm an idiot. But at the top of there is a card back from a TIE fighter pilot from the Empire Strikes Back. And it was a $2 or $2.25 maybe from 1983, I think.
Okay. That would have been 1980.
It was, or is it? No, it's an Empire Strikes Back one. Yeah, so it's an 80. It's a 1980.
You'd have to sit there. You have to count all of them.
I can't. It's in a case. It's in the case.
I gotcha.
For the with my posters and stuff that I framed. But I've got a bunch of those, as you can kind of see right here it's the little collector's books from the Empire Strikes Back line. I've got some of those that are in that case, and I've got some that aren't. I'm actually about to frame all of my the mini comics that came with the Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
I'm about to frame like 30 of those.
Nice.
Not permanently, I'm not gluing them or anything, but like I did my Batman cards, I'm just gonna like make a thick back underneath them and lay them out and put like a nice background behind them, like I did with the Star Wars. There's like Star Wars wrapping paper behind that. It's original trilogy stuff too, none of that bullshit. And actually, the wife is buying me at the family video, which I made the meme out of for the thumbnail. And they had the the Netflix and chill, DVD and what is that? CBD
and DVD.
Yeah, CBD and DVD. I was like, I stopped the other morning after I got home from taking the kid to school, and I pulled into the parking lot and I took a picture of that this morning. I was like, this is so cool. But they've got an original and prequel trilogy Star Wars poster with all the characters on it, nice. They've got it set behind the counter because the wife's going to scoop it up for me. So
hell yeah.
Yep, I said that'll make a nice addition. That addition will make a fine addition to my collection.
Yeah.
But
man, my brother was I'm 38, so my brother's 11 years older than me. So
okay,
I used to inherit. I mean, he was living in Long Beach when I was younger, 84, 85, and he would bring out boxes full of, vintage Star Wars toys and G.I. Joes and the little green soldiers and just, Voltron. He had so many toys for me, and I was sitting on a gold mine at the time, and I didn't realize it. I wish I would have kept some of those, he had some good toys. Great toys.
Those, dude, there's no, it's crazy because, they make some nice figures now, but it's like there'll never be anything like the action figures from the 80s. You know what I mean? It sounds weird, but it's like the smell of the plastic.
Yeah,
it is, man. It's like the way those, when I got those GI Joes back out of the box, Sal, and I have to give a big shout out to Sal because he just repaired a ton of my GI Joes for me and the boy, and did a fucking awesome job. Made some customs, and I'm gonna be showing those off on a video soon because he made some really cool customs out of DJ and Big Boa. Those, dude, I still have Big Boa. After we had our battle, those guys went back. Well, DJ with the hole in his chest is in Trey's tote, but Big Boa is in the plastic container on my desk over here, or my dresser where all my guys are set up. Yep. And Cockmaster. I showed the wife that box. She laughed. She goes, "Holy!" She got a kick out of it. I was like, "Because his name's Cockmaster." And so yeah, she laughed.
Yeah. It was a double entendre because, who doesn't want to say Cockmaster? I literally fixed his dick. That was the
you did. Let's see. Wait, Brendan Evans says Jar Jar Binks is a blasphemy since Star Wars have been mentioned. I would gladly take Jar Jar Binks over Rose Tico or fucking BB-8. Honestly,
Jar Jar, while annoying, served a purpose.
He did. He had a purpose.
Do not.
Yeah, that was he might have been kind of annoying, but he did have a purpose at least. Albeit
he nominated to have all emergency power transferred to Supreme Chancellor Palpatine.
This was a problem. This is Jar Jar's problem. Oh no, but really, man, that's I never really had that big of an issue with him. I felt bad for Ahmed. Was it Ahmed Best? Is it?
Yeah.
I felt bad for him. Him and Jake Lloyd they got tore up. But it wasn't even the fans it was the media.
Yeah, well, not even Jake Lloyd did interviews where he basically said that he was bullied by other kids when he went back to school.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, you're gonna blame the fans when it was other kids in the fucking 5th grade that were bullying him.
Yeah.
The internet was around, but I don't imagine that Jake Lloyd was, going into all the chat rooms. So it wasn't like we had YouTube or anything, and you had to go on these fucking chat rooms and shit, and fucking, specific websites that you had to know the names of.
Yeah.
So I don't think that he was fucking Tap says, "I am the Senate."
I am the Senate.
Isn't that a little weird though? If you went to school with a kid who was in Star Wars, would you want to bully it? Kids are weird. I don't understand.
Kids, though. They're gonna. At least back then, you could still bully people. It builds character.
Yeah.
You know, I got bullied as a kid, man. I was a fucking geek. I got picked on. You know, I wasn't like an athlete or anything, you know, until I was like in middle school. And even then, I was just a scrawny little string bean. So I still got picked on by the high school kids. And then, you know, I didn't gain any weight or get big until like my sophomore year. I put on like 40 pounds of muscle, you know, and it was like, so I discovered the weight room and I finally started like put on weight when I was lifting. And yeah, man, it was like, I got picked on. Like, it was bad.
Hell
But
yeah.
I didn't bitch out on any of it. You know what I mean? It was like, I never once was I like, I got, you know, I mean, I got smacked around, but I never once was like, I'm going to kill myself or I'm going to bring a gun to school. It's like, next time somebody does it, I'm going to be ready. You know, that was the thing. It's like, I'm going to be ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Brendan says, says, yeah, how much some of those toys are probably worth now? Like if you had some of the old Transformer stuff. Oh God,
Yeah,
some
are worth a lot.
Yeah.
It really depends on condition because they did a lot of vac metalizing then. And die casting, or they did die casting on top of vac metal, so like that metal was kind of flaky. It can, yeah. But I'll go on record and I'll fucking say it. Like, while yes, they're iconic, some of those toys were pretty fucking bad.
See, I never had, like I said, I never had any Transformers. I dug them. I always wanted them because my cousin had them, but.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never got any of them. I've seen some of them, and it's like I want to buy one. You know, there's like I would love to have a vintage Optimus Prime and Megatron, but then it's like, well, I want Starscream, and then I want Soundwave, and I got to have what's his name? Oh God, wow.
Like
I'm
Bumblebee, Ravage,
Bumblebee, Ravage,
Jumper,
Wheeljack,
Wheeljack, yeah.
Wheeljack. Yep, and what was the armor the arms? Ironhide. Ironhide was badass. Ironhide's another one.
Yeah, that's because like a lot of them were pretty good, but I'm thinking like, you know, Megatron ended up with like a trigger dick when you transformed him.
Yeah.
Like, so it's just like some of them, you know, the playability like wasn't necessarily there. Believe it or not, like people don't generally agree, but it is held in some circles that GoBots were actually easier to play with. So, yeah. But that's where I'm at with Beast Wars right now. Like, because for me, Transformers, that was my brother's era. I was born just a hair too late to play with Transformers, so I played with all of his like busted up and broken ones. But I was at that sweet spot for Beast Wars when it came out, and those were my first like new Transformers. Like the first Transformer I got that actually had a card back on it. And so I was like, oh, well, Rhinox and Dinobot are my favorite. And I found a Rhinox at a secondhand store. I was like, okay, I'll just buy that one. And then I found an Optimus. Okay, well, I'll get Optimus too. And now I have like fucking 30 of these bitches, and I don't know what to do with them.
Yeah, see, dude, it's like you can't just buy, you know, one of them. It's like, nope, you gotta have the, well, that's exactly how I like got back into collecting Star Wars, you know, which is like the majority of pretty much all my toy collection is Star Wars now because, you know, all my vintage Masters of the Universe are in the room next to me on the kid's dresser, you know. I've showed you, you know, it's like, and my mom 2 years ago got him the thing I always wanted for Castle Grayskull, never got, which was the Point Talon Fighter and Point Dread or whatever it is. You know, that whole setup for the top of Castle Grayskull. It's like, it looks so cool. And I got to get, now it's like, I want to, because I lost the laser cannon that goes on top of Castle Grayskull. Yeah. So I want to buy that and the flag I don't have. And then it's like, well, my trap door is broken, so I could just buy a new bottom piece for that. And, you know, and then it's like, well, why don't I just buy another Castle Grayskull? You know, keep the original one and just get one to display.
And then there's a beater one. Well, I'll get that one for parts in case something breaks.
That's it.
It's a vicious, like, I don't even collect Masters of the Universe, and I have a Castle Grayskull. And I keep acquiring figures, but I don't collect, like, Motu. But I'm like, oh, that's a nice Skeletor. I'll get that one. Oh, I like Merman. I'll pick that up. And I'm like, I don't even collect this. Why am I buying this?
Oh, mine is, I'm like dying to buy, and I've been waiting, and I've seen so many nice ones, is a Triclops. Never had the character, absolutely love him. And I'm like, I'm going to buy him. I'm like, I'm going to buy two of them because I want one just to display him. And I don't have any other Motu figures on display in my office. I just want him. And then I want one I'm going to give to Trey. So it's like I'm going to end up buying 2 of them. But yeah, and it's like, well, there's like I want the entire run, and I'm pissed because I had 2 of my favorite ones was Ram Man, the little stumpy dude that all he did was jump.
The kid with the battle axe.
Yes, and I have his battle axe and I have his little card back, but I'm like, I could not find the figure anywhere. I'm like, I've went through all my like basically everything at my mom's house, and it was like he's gone. And Jitsu, because I have his
Jitsu with the golden glove.
Yep, he was always the foil for
Fisto.
The worst name of a damn character, Fisto. Whoever named that guy.
We also have Kit Fisto, who happens to be my favorite prequel character.
I love Kit Fisto. He's a badass, dude.
It was a more innocent time back
It was. It's like that comic strip of Fisto where he's like, I tried He-Man, I fisted him, but I couldn't fist them all. And it's like, oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh, the internet.
Some solid dick from an Iron Man.
Oh, I saw that one.
Yes. Yes.
Damn postmodernism.
Yeah, but that's speaking of Judah, or not, Jesus. He's another one that you have to be careful of, like, for value, because he did have the back metal on his karate chop hand to make it gold.
Yep.
But they didn't do that to Fisto. Fisto's were just cast in silver plastic. But Judo, or fucking
Jitsu,
Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm confusing him with like 8 other fucking 80s characters.
Yeah.
But so Jitsu,
quick kick.
Quick kick, Budo. You know what? I forgot what I was gonna say anyway, so I'll just go on to my next point. My new thing that I do now is I buy all these beat up, like unsavable like G.I. Joe and vehicles. Like I just bought a Hiss tank that finally showed up after some confusion with the shipping. And I'm going to customize the shit out of it because it's unsavable. It's like it's got cracks, it's faded, it's you know. So I'm going to customize that, and I'm trying to take all these old toys that just, you know, like a badly yellowed Storm Shadow or something that's just unredeemable. Like you can't really breathe life into it, and I'm going to do something to breathe new life into it. I'm going to change it somehow. I'm going to make it into something new. Nice. So stand by for those customs, and I'm probably going to start doing custom videos on my channel. I feel like that might be something for me to do.
I need to get over there and watch. You did your Ninja Turtle videos out.
I did.
I need to watch that. I haven't got a chance yet. I want to watch that.
Yeah, I've had actually 2 TMNT videos come out in the last week or 2.
Okay. Yeah, because I saw the one you did. It came out? Was it this morning?
Yards, and then I did the 1988 reissue Turtles that came out this morning.
All right, that's the one. Yeah, I need to watch that one. I haven't seen that yet. Because I've showed you the ones that me and the boy have. You know, I had left over from when I was a kid. And one thing I'm kicking myself in the ass for selling is all my Ghostbusters toys.
Oh yeah,
dude, I had Ecto 1. Okay. I had Ecto 1. I had the little Volkswagen Bug that turned into like a monster. I had the freaking helicopter. I had the fire station. I had all the the main cast of figures, and I had some of the ghosts. And when I got back into collecting Star Wars, I was like, that's when I sold a lot of my G.I. Joe stuff, and I sold my Ghostbusters. And you remember the Guts action figures?
Yeah, I remember Guts.
I had only 10 of those, but I sold them to some kid. He paid like $40 for 10 of them. I'm like, he really wanted them. I mean, I had him up for like 30, and him and somebody else kind of both offered me at the same time. So I'm like, I marked it up $10, and I was like, whoever and that's shipping too. So yeah, man. Those were they made. I had the jungle ones. The ninja ones were kick ass on that line. Those were really cool. Does anybody else remember Army Ants?
Army Ants. That sounds really. Yeah. They were like they were weren't they? Like ants that wore like just like helmets and had guns and shit. They're kind of like food fighters. Yeah, the food. That's exactly kind of like they were in that same kind of line. Oh my god, dude, that's another one. When because like I said, my cousin, he was like kind of like the rich kid in the family. You know, he had like basically everything. So he would come. This is my fad this week. Buy them all for me.
Yep. Well, his dad was a chief of police, and his mom was like a
Yeah.
regional manager for like a bank. So, they had cheddar, and that's why I like going, because I would go stay with him in the summertime, and like, his mom was my mom's sister. So like, I'd go down there, I'd save up because I had an allowance and stuff, and I would work with my dad in the summertime, like cutting firewood. So like, I would have money, but like my aunt would always buy me stuff. We go to Toys R Us because it was like a weekly thing for him to get to go to Toys R Us. I'm like, fuck, the only time I get to go to one of these is when I come down to Detroit,
I get to look.
That's it. Like, I better go in there. Like, my mom took us there Christmas shop because she was buying something for one of our cousins, and it was like, oh, can I have no? Can I no? You just look. God damn it! Yeah. It was one of those deals.
That was quick. I'm going to say this. I'm going to make a quick segue to the chat.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I have these memories. I'm sure all of our parents did the same shit, but it was like one of the only times that I got to go to Toys R Us and actually get something. I was like, oh, I went and ran to the toy aisle, like what we call the boy toy aisle.
Yep. And
I was looking, and I couldn't find what I wanted. And I think it must have been near my birthday or something, because they're like, all right, well, I found something I did like and kind of wanted, but it wasn't the thing I wanted. And they're like, well, for us, our Toys R Us was right across from what I humbly describe as a mall, because it was kind of like 3 stores strung together. Like, my mall is like not a mall, not like these huge monolithic, like sprawling contraptions that you see nowadays. But our Walmart and our mall and our Toys R Us were all a triangle. Like, you could see one from the other.
All right.
And they're like, well, we'll go to the Walmart, and because, we say the Walmart where I'm from. We'll go to the Walmart and see if they have it. But we're not coming back here. So it was one of those like, oh, God, you had to take the mental gamble. Is it worth going to Walmart to see if they have it? And and we ended up going to Walmart instead, and I walked out of Toys R Us not buying anything, and of course they didn't have it either. I think I bought a bunch of core figures or something, because you could buy a pack of 12 of them for like $1.
Yep.
But Brendan says,
I want to highlight this one real quick here.
Yeah. Ghostbusters. Yeah, he says that Ghostbusters is probably going to go up now with the new movie coming out. That always fucking happens.
Yep.
The same shit happened with Episode 7 when it came out. Like, because you could get like a vintage Boba Fett for like $12 on eBay, like a Han Solo, $8. Like, just, the diehard collectors knew what they had, and you'd see one for like $300. Like, what the fuck? And it's because of like a Lena Lady or something like that, and it was like,
oh, the Lily Lettys or whatever they're called.
Like, you'd see those, and those would be high, but like you could pick them up at flea markets and shit for like, I don't know, a bucket. Like, would have $1 a figure. And once Episode 7 came out, it's like, oh, Boba Fett, $80, and it's like, because everyone thinks they got something. So.
Oh yeah, like I remember at one point, I think the most expensive one I had bought when I first got back into collecting was my Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker, who wasn't even complete. He just had the just a figure, no lightsaber, no cloak or nothing. I think I paid like $65 for him, but he's like pretty much mint condition. And fuck, man, I was like, I couldn't help myself. I'm like, I didn't have one. I'd always wanted one since I was a kid, and I generally, like, I got into those Star Wars groups when I got back into collecting, and I got to know a lot of the people that I dealt with. Like the one guy, I just looked, and he unfriended me on Facebook, and I have no idea why. I mean,
you're a misogynist, Pete.
I don't know, but no, he was super cool guy. He's from out Colorado, and my God, dude, did he send me like? Because I honest to God though, and like I spent probably a couple grand, and he would go out, like if I wanted something, he would find it.
Yeah,
he would find it for me, and I would just buy it from him, and so he was super like great to deal with. I mean, like I bought like complete lots of figures from him, and I mean he would always end up throwing in like a couple, like I have a bunch of like fodder clones that I gave to Trey, because he would just throw them in for extras. He's like, hey, I got these in a lot. He goes, your kid play with them or whatever, you want them for parts. I'm like, yeah. So I've completed a lot of figures that way by taking these fodder clone, hand here, a head there, a leg or whatever, and you know, because you could swap a lot of those parts around.
Yeah.
Because they're just a little circular ball joint kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I got to know a lot of people that I bought from really well, and it really helped out because, you know, like I said, I had guys like, you know, my buddy from Colorado there who would just like, hey, what are you looking for? That's what you need? Psh, all right, no problem, you know. So, and he actually was the one that gave me the idea to customize the Terradrome because he did one, and it looked really cool. And I was like, I really want to do that. And he's got like a couple of those Palatoy Death Stars that they just got into like made into like a half circle, which looks really cool, which looks really fucking cool.
Yeah,
you know, that's another one that I want to scoop up as one of those Death Stars. I feel like I need
you
one.
can probably make on your own. I mean, it's just made of cardboard.
Yep. Yeah, that's it too. I know, and it's weird because they want so much for those now.
Yeah, it's because they didn't hold up. Like cardboard shit never did. Like, you know, I'm gonna put this on, and the like little cardboard hooks were just snapping. All right, well, there's that. But that's why there's an eBay seller. I don't know their name. It's one of those names, and they have like 8 numbers after it. But I always buy my GI Joes from this lady because she has individual listings. But if you buy like, I don't know, 5 GI Joes, it's still like $4 shipping per Joe or whatever.
Yeah.
And she gives you the option. She's like, I can either refund you all the shipping money, or then the option I take, she's like, or I'll just throw in a bunch of extra Joes. And it's always a mystery. So I'll like buy 5 GI Joes, but I'll get like 7 or 8 in the mail. And it's always like, and every single time, somehow she's sent me Joes I don't already have.
Nice.
So it's awesome.
Can't argue with that.
Oh, the Lego Millennium Falcon, that goes for a fuck ton of money now.
I was gonna say I gotta get a Millennium Falcon. I do need one of those. I don't have one. Never got one. I want one though.
Yeah. Lego is one of those things. I know I've basically turned this into a toy stream, but Lego is one of those things that when they produce the set, they don't make it anymore after that. Like they'll make it for 1 year, and it might come back as like a 20th anniversary or something. Like Star Wars does that a lot. But for the most part, it just fucking, oh, here's Lego Millennium Falcon. You won't see any more of these for 20 years or 15 years or whatever. And like they'll make, I don't know, a Lego like TARDIS or something. And once they're done, they're done. They don't make it anymore.
They ain't gonna be making any TARDISes with that audience score at 0. God damn. Ooh, that, you know, that's just kind of, I'm not even a Doctor Who fan, but I feel like I know what's going on in Doctor Who because I watch Doomcock and Nerdrotics videos on it. And yeah, the Rotten Tomatoes, it hit 0 for the audience score.
Oh yeah, I saw that. But yeah, Brendan, that's the option I go with. Like every time she's on the money, I don't know how she does it, but she's my go-to for buying GI Joe, man. Like if I can, I don't know, it's incredible. And the other day, actually, I bought like 8 of them, and she was like, "Hey, do you want the same thing as last time, a bunch of randoms, or I have a really nice first Sergeant Slaughter? I can send you that instead." And I almost took the Sergeant Slaughter, but I was like, no, in good conscience, I know what you can sell that for. If you sell that, get the money from it, and I'll just take the randoms.
Is that the green and black one?
Mm-hmm. It's the green USA and all that.
I'm pointing. He's sitting right over there by his Slaughters, his Renegades.
Yeah, that what we call the swagger stick that he carries around, that by itself is almost worth more than the figure. Actually, it is. It's worth more than the figure.
I might still have mine in one of my weapons bags because I haven't armed all the Joes yet. So, oh Jesus! All right, okay. Thanks, Alex. Thanks, Alex.
I'm 12. What is this?
Oh.
There's an old meme for you. What's he talking about?
What, Alex?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm about to ruin Pete's whole day with this. I almost call it Absolute Entertainment Wrestling, which is the name of my old company. Was it All Elite Wrestling? AEW gave their women's title to the dude. Okay, and for those of you who don't know, All Elite Wrestling has, and I personally know Nyla Rose. That, well, I'm going to call him by his name, Brandon. He's stunning and brave, like stunning and brave. Is a transgender wrestler. And now he's the women's champion because he's stunning and brave in AEW. And I know a lot of the peeps here don't really follow wrestling, but I spent 9 years doing that, and I got pissed when they gave the women's the world heavyweight title from Impact Wrestling to a fucking 125-pound woman, because you just shit on everybody that held that belt. And arguably, Impact is it's a glorified independent company at this point. But
gotcha.
I've seen some of the guys that have held that belt, and I've been in between those goddamn ropes, and that's a slap in the fucking face to fucking that giving that belt to that fucking woman was a slap in the fucking face. You just now everybody every male every female that she's beat should basically be able to beat every male competitor that she's beat. You see what I'm saying? It's a slippery slope when you try to go woke with professional wrestling, and it makes me goddamn sick to my stomach and glad I'm not part of the fucking business, because they tried to pull that shit. I'm going on a rant here, I'm sorry, but a promoter, and I've told you guys this, a promoter tried to pull that shit.
Uh-oh.
Did I freeze out? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you're good. You're just beep booping a little bit.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, because my screen's locked up right now.
No, you're moving now.
Shit.
At least on my end.
All right. Okay, good. But yeah, so a promoter tried to pull that shit on me, and I
spoke too soon.
I'm so fucking pissed. I'm like, I'm not jobbing, and she wasn't even a worker. So I was like, nope, not fucking happening. I'm done. Took my shit and nope, I'm out. Not gonna happen. So, yep, I was like, that. It just, it's as bad as it is. It's entertainment. Pro wrestling is entertainment. We're grown men in tights who play fight, but I still have, there's still it's an art form, and it's to see. Because there's been so many great professional wrestlers and just storytellers, man. You're telling a fucking story. That's the thing. It's a male soap opera, and to try to be all this like AEW, like they came out with it, And I have nothing against the alphabet people. It's the T's that are the motherfuckers, because they're the ones that always want to cause shit. So
it's just one more straw on the camel's back. I mean,
yep.
It either comes down to, does it benefit the industry as a whole or not? And I mean, just for decades now, they've been cashing in on the equity and the profitability that the industry used to bring, and they really need to get back to their roots, get back to the fundamentals, get back to good storytelling, not insulting the audience. And this goes for all the companies.
Yeah.
And start giving me the impression that I'm missing out. If I'm not sitting here watching All Elite Wrestling right now, I'm missing something. Because right now, that's something I haven't felt from the industry in decades, honestly.
Yeah.
2001, 2002, maybe.
Vince McMahon killed professional wrestling.
Yeah.
When he bought ECW and W, now granted WCW that was completely mismanaged, and we're going to be talking about that on the new podcast. We're going to be talking about that more. But yeah, I want to go back to Lincoln-X7. He said Rio deserved better, and so does Sami Callihan. God, yes. I don't know as much about Rio as I do Sami Callihan.
He's amazing.
Sami Callihan used to work independent shows in Michigan too, and I've been to some shows where he worked. And damn, he's a good worker. And I just like I laughed because Booker T came out and said that was a stupid idea. That was the biggest mistake they could ever make, was put that belt on her. And
I just want to say that I think the crap in the ring directly represents these fans.
Okay, hard to argue.
Yeah.
Rio does deserve better. She's a worker. She trained, she's been training her entire life, and she performs in the ring. She's got my respect.
Wasn't like her first time she worked, she was like 13 years old or something.
9, I think.
Yeah, oh, Jesus. See, because I know they do that like in basically like Mexico and stuff like that too. They start really young. Yeah. So it's just Let's see. Lincoln7 says this was just meant to get a laugh. I didn't know I was going to get a rant out of it. Yeah, you got yeah. You go.
So, let's see. Manliness and motivation, which he has a great channel about working out and reviewing a lot of products. He says that his heart left wrestling in January 1993 when Andre died. Long may he rest. And then Brandon Evans goes on to tell a story about the Princess Bride and the filming and all that. I just wanted to say, on the topic of toys, Reaction is they're the ones that do all these 3 3/4 like toys that never existed but should have, like the Alien line and like Goonies and Firefly and all that. Sometime this year they're actually doing 2 different 3 3/4 Andre the Giants. So be on the lookout for those if you're interested in such a thing. They look eerily like Jeff Hicks. So I'm gonna buy one of those, smash it up, and make a Jeff out of it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Leo Red says bring back Enzo Amore. I loved him and Cass when they came out as a tag team at first. They were a lot of fun. Enzo was a great hype man. That dude, the gift of gab and the gift of jab and all of that. He's great at working the crowd, but their shtick got old to me real quick. And he wasn't the best in the ring, but he could get over. That was the thing I liked about him. Out of that duo, definitely Cass was the better worker of the two of them. But Cass always needs a manager because he doesn't have any mic. His mic skills are meh. And I've worked with a lot of guys like that can go, but they can't get on the mic to save their life. And that's such a hindrance in this day and age when, if you're in the Fed, if you're in the WWE, your promos are fucking just spoon-fed scripted garbage.
I miss managers. I miss a good manager, valet.
That was an art form. A good manager, you can't, like nowadays they're just throwing any female that's pretty out there as a valet, where it's like back in the day you had Sherry Martel, Missy Hyatt,
Miss
Elizabeth. Sherry Martel was probably the best, not only valet, but just one of the best minds in the business for her time. And I don't give a damn male or female. She was a brilliant mind when it came to the business. God rest her soul. She was with Macho Man. She was with Ted DiBiase. She knew how to, that psychology. She was with the Harlem Heat. If anybody remembers Booker T's famous Hulk Hogan, I'm coming for you. And I'm not going to say the rest, but Sherry immediately, kind of calmed him down, like live. They were live, and she kind of took control of the situation. That is what a good manager brings to the table.
So you're saying the problem with the wrestling currently is management?
Oh,
time to call in the Karens.
That's what we need is a Karen right now, like Vicky Guerrero was. Just that character, but name her Karen. That's what we need. She
almost had she did have the Karen haircut.
Yeah.
When she had that flock of seagulls looking haircut. That was a Karen.
But then she ran so far away.
I love that song. I'm not going to lie, dude. I like Flock of Seagulls. I can't even lie.
It's a good song.
It is.
It reminds me of GTA Vice City.
I was just going to say that. Yeah. That's a Vice City jam.
Yep.
I'm going to go play that after the show now. I'm not even front. I got the PlayStation. I was playing No Mercy the other day, and one of my memory cards got erased.
Damn.
Oh, dude. That's 18 cause I have to replace now. But I have them all listed in catalog so I can look and see who I lost. So
that's something else we missed with Vince consuming the entire industry. You could throw in No Mercy, WrestleMania 2000, or you could throw in WCW, NWO Revenge, which, talk about some great matches we've had on there. I remember Shooting Star. All right, so it was a couple of us playing on the Nintendo 64, and my buddy was playing Ultimo Dragon, and he had my other buddy. I don't remember who my other buddy was playing, but he had him in that Dragon Sleeper, and had him Then I jumped up on the top rope and hit a Shooting Star press on both of them, and for the time, that was one of the coolest things we had ever seen in a video game. It just the matches we would have on Revenge.
Oh, dude, that game is amazing. That's actually the one I sent Jeff. When I sent him his N64, I sent him revenge because I had 2 No Mercies, but I'm sorry. No Mercy is like my AR-15 from my cold dead hands.
Wow.
I'm sorry, man. I don't give up No Mercy. No.
I feel like wrestling has mostly gone away once the gimmicks went away, like Jake the Snake, and
Yep.
like there's no gimmicks anymore. Like there's no like full on. This is a character. They're all like normal names, and they just dress a certain way.
You know why? Is because in the end of the day, and you can quote me on this, the wrestling industry, Vince McMahon, I won't say he hates it, but he's embarrassed of it, and his entire career he has chipped away at the things he doesn't like about it, but some of those things are fundamental to what makes it work.
Yep.
So you have someone who, it's like his bastard industry that he inherited. You know, he wants the profit from it, the notoriety, but he's embarrassed by it. He treats it like a redheaded stepchild, and the whole industry is suffering because of it.
So he's like EA Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. I don't know a lot about wrestling, so I have to like connect it to things I do know.
I mean, it's really the same. What Disney's doing right now reminds me of what Vince did to the wrestling industry, but they're doing it to entertainment, to Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is just kind of lackluster now. It's just there. There's no real competition to breed greatness. It's yeah, it's just a self-sufficient machine now pulling in money.
It's like I think of the wrestlers from of latter years of the Iron Sheik, Jake the Snake, fucking Booker T and all them, and then the ones that I knew a lot were like Kane, Undertaker, Mankind with masks and face paint and Sting and the Bat. Like there was something. It was aesthetic on top of having a character.
What was that?
Oh, we're good.
It was like you had a whole gimmick, you had a whole character. It was like
you
could write a story with them. You know what I mean? You could follow it. Now it's like, oh, this is someone's name. This is name person. This is insert muscle man with name.
Because no one can be bigger than the brand now. It's WWE, which is the star. That way, if any of their guys go across the street to AEW, whatever, they don't want to find themselves in the same situation as they did in the late 90s. So it really goes back to, if you remember the Steve Austin Vince storyline, and Vince is trying to make a corporate champion who doesn't backtalk. I mean, that's just reality is imitating art in that fact. That's what it is 2 decades later. So
yeah,
Vince won that battle in the end.
It was me, Austin. It was me the whole time. Oh shit. Yeah, I just, God, and you go back to the Monday Night Wars, and WCW is just beating the living shit out of WWE in the ratings every week. And then all of a sudden oh my God. Leo Red. Are you guys ready for this?
Oh, Lord.
Just put some saran wrap on your face first. Trust me.
We're really talking about wet work? We're really talking about wet work? God damn it. And had it not been for horrible bosses, I would have not known what that means. Well, that and R. Kelly, I mean, let's be honest. Ling 7 says she's too old for R. Kelly.
Yeah, most people are. Yeah, it's like someone. Let me see if I can find it. It was. Link says you couldn't do Iron Sheik in 2020. Yeah,
oh true. No,
he was such a great character though. Like, there's a documentary about him when they first approached him and like, hey, we have to have you turn heel, and he was like, what do you mean? And they were like, because that was during Desert Storm and shit, like, you're going to turn heel, and that was kind of his outlet. He was like, nah. But, let's see.
Well, Sergeant Slaughter, too. Sergeant Slaughter went heel. That was, he was teaming with, was it Sandar, was it the Sheik and I can't remember the other guy's name. It was like Skandar Akbar or whatever, who was their manager. But yeah, that was Sergeant Slaughter is the outside of Hulk Hogan,
Nikolai Volkov.
Dude, okay, so like
wasn't he teaming with Volkov? I'm sorry, not to cut, but wasn't Sergeant Slaughter? It was Sheik and Volkov because Volkov is Russia, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Karsnikov or something like that, so it was actually Link Alexa said everyone wants to be Stone Cold. People forget about the characters, and I feel like that was kind of the turning point because you had Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yep.
And then like you had The Rock, who was obviously a character, but then like John Cena was the next one. So it was people that had a name where that kind of started that whole trend. I never understood the popularity of John Cena, why he caught on, but that was after my time anyway. But it's just one of those things where characters went by the wayside and they just wanted a generic man number one.
Yeah.
Easy to make an action figure of.
Yeah. I had, my gimmick name was Pete Daddy Dollar. All right. I can't say I wasn't really like gimmicky. I was basically like Scott Hall. That was my gimmick. I was Scott Hall. Right. And I was, and those of you familiar with the term, it was a shoot. Like it was a shoot. I was drunk every fucking time I got in the ring. Like I'm not playing. I never wrestle a match sober. I was either drunk or I was blazed out. But if you've ever been between those ropes, you understand what that fucking does to your body. Now I was only doing it. I was doing 2 TV tapings, 1 weekend a month, sometimes 2. And we trained the night before the show and the day after the show, and the morning of the show after you set the ring up. So before you go judging me, all right, the equivalent of every bump you take in the ring, and no, I don't mean a Tony Montana bump. I mean a bump when you fall, you just throw yourself down on this ring, which to the layman, it's like, oh, it looks springy. Well, what you've got steel beams with 3/4 inch plywood and about 1/4 inch of padding on them. So it didn't feel good. And it's the equivalent of a 25-mile-an-hour car accident every time you do that. So over the course of a weekend, you figure you do about 300 bumps. During a match, I would bump maybe once or twice, 3-4 times. That was it. But I didn't have to because I was one of the bigger guys. That shit takes a toll on your motherfucking body. So yeah, I would get to it, but I never once hurt anybody in the ring. I was one of the safest people to work with because I didn't do anything stupid. I'm not going to be like, hey, I got an idea. I'm going to get my 6'3", 240-pound ass up on the top rope and I'm going to do a fucking moonsault. No. I'm like, I'm going to take you to the center of the ring. I'm going to knock you out. I'm going to drop you. I'm going to Irish whip you in the corner. I'm going to do my Kevin Nash spot. I'm going to do 3 knees. I'm going to bag back. I'm going to measure you up. I'm going to tell you to suck it. I'm going to come running in with the money train, which I went to the opposite corner, started doing like remember how the Godfather used to do that shit? I called the money train. I started doing that. And I'd run and I'd give you a big splash. You come out and I'd either hit you with a DDT or I'd just take you and throw you down on the thing and put my foot on you and give you the suck it. And I don't do anything high, fuck that. It was a storyteller. To me, it was, I want to tell a story. Me and you have both got to go home at the end of the night after we dance. So I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not going to work stiff. Now, have I been potatoed? Fuck yeah. Did I give a receipt every goddamn time? Absolutely. and one of the first dudes that did it was one of my stable mates after he left, because we were like an NWO type stable and he left. So we were working a battle royal. We were outside the ring and he clocked me, and Rick's about 320 pounds, 240. He fucking hit me. And I rocked back, and he went back, and I lit him up a couple times. And, after the match was over, we went back in the locker room, and he goes, he said, "Yeah, I said, yeah, you good?" He goes, "Yeah, we're straight." I'm like, "Okay." He goes, "I knew I had it coming." He goes, "I didn't mean," I said, "I know you didn't, Rick, but a receipt's a receipt, man. You got one coming." And I said, you're a hell of a lot bigger than me, so I had to give you 2. He's like, "I don't mind." I'm like, "All right, good."
The Rock is always a safe worker, just use him as an example. There's nothing wrong with that. He could be talking like Muhammad Ali right now, and instead he's, Hollywood movie star. So there's nothing wrong with taking care of yourself.
Yep.
Like, honestly, it's kind of, like I like the Jeff Hardys or even, name anyone in ECW, but I mean, there's a time and place for that. But if it's overexposed, it just kind of puts everyone's health at risk trying to get over with the crowd, you know?
Oh, dude, yeah, that.
And I prefer, like, honestly, I prefer the Kurt Angles anyway.
Yep.
To the really hardcore stuff. I mean, I'd rather see good action between the ropes.
Lincoln X7, that is true. I do work stiff when Ruby Rose is around. I got to think for short-haired lesbians, bro. I can't even. No.
Marvin Gaye.
Let's get it on. Anyway, but no, Tony, I completely, I get what you're saying, man. Like, you look at now, it's like everybody wants to watch 205 live, but they want to see like heavyweights doing it. You know, like I'm not like, okay, so I'm not one of those. I wasn't one of those guys that's gonna, you know, there's 6 dudes outside the ring, and I'm just like, fuck it, I'm gonna do a springboard, you know, just because they're out there. Catch me. Nope. Nope. My ass would be like, I would fake. I would go back and fake doing something like that, and just be like, give them the fucking suck it. I ain't doing that. You know, or turn around and start talking shit to the crowd. Be like, you motherfuckers thought I was gonna jump. I remember the one match we worked. We went over dirty as shit. I think it was when my partner, we were wrestling the little dudes too. They were like, and this was, God love them, they were good kids, but these motherfuckers we were working with, like, my partner was like 260 my height. I'm 6'3", 240, and we're working they're brothers, they're like twins, and they're 5'5", 115 pounds. And we've got to try to sell this, right? My tag team partner powerbombed one of them into a fucking wall and actually moved the wall because it wasn't like fully fastened down. Moved the wall. I mean, I clotheslined one of them, and like I hit him a little too hard. I turned him inside out, but it was like, and I had to sell for these guys. It was like, I really had to work. I'm like, it was like slap. It was like, my kid works stiffer than you, and he was only 2. I mean, like, come on, man, like, give me something here. It was like. But at the same time, it was like, I want to just like wring your necks. Like, I don't even want to bump for you. I don't even think I should. Like the first time we worked, I took like 10, 11 bumps in one match for him. I was really drunk though. I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to put him over. I knew we were going over anyway. So I was like, I was going to get to hit my finisher on him, so I'm like, fuck it. So I was just throwing myself all over the place. We go back to the locker room. My partner's like, you're a fucking asshole. I'm like, what? He goes, you fucking bumped like 10 times. He goes, that dude weighs as much as your dick. I'm like, well, I want to make him feel good. What do you want, man? the kids, you gotta give them something. They even said, like, you didn't have to bump that much for us. I'm like, whatever. I tell them, I'm shit faced. Don't worry about it, kid. It was fine. I didn't feel a thing. I don't feel it till tomorrow. And then when it wears off, I'll take care of that then. But no, man, they did. They got away from because you remember the 90s WWE got real gimmicky.
Yeah,
like Max Moon and shit like that. Like, that was Conan for those of you who are really, Max Moon is fucking Conan. I thought that was, I liked K-Dog when he came out and he was doing the fucking, the gangster gimmick. That was hot in that at that time because he got No Limit to come in. He had Master P come into WCW, which admittedly was not the best thing. We really didn't need the No Limit Soldiers wrestling. It just. God love Big Swole. He was huge, but he couldn't do a motherfucking thing. That was like, he was like, remember Jeep Swenson that played Bane?
I don't think so.
He played Bane in the, was that Batman Forever?
Oh, Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
I was trying to rack through a WCW character like Bane.
No, it was a Batman. No, but Jeep Swenson wrestled for a minute, and he was the same thing. Couldn't do shit. Oh, Lincoln X7 mentioned a good one, the Minotaur. That was another. That gimmick was horrible.
A missed. And one thing with WCW, to their credit, they had people at the top of AOL Time Warner fighting against them.
Yep.
They could have made a cool dollar off Rap is Crap with Kurt Hennig and the West Texas Rednecks. That was actually playing on some radio stations.
It was.
They could have singled that. Yeah, they could have sold that. And
nope.
I'm like, 16 at the time. I thought it was saying I'm with No Limit, but that was a missed business opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
They could have made some money, man.
Yeah, because Master P was like on top of the world at that point.
I liked Conan when he was in Massey. He was on top of the world. He was making a lot of money
Oh
too.
God, yeah.
He was like Jay-Z's predecessor almost as far as business goes. Conan was an NWO Wolfpack. And he was really like the hype man behind the whole movement. He would come out, get everyone excited. I'm not going to pull like Arriba la Raza. I can't roll my R's.
Oh, you want me to do it? You want me to do it? Arriba la Raza. You like that?
I'm like the whitest dude, and I'm on the east side of Las Vegas. It's not even cool.
I used to work one of the crowd where I basically cut my teeth and spent the early part of my career was in the one of the only all Latino Knights of Columbus halls in America.
Nice.
So everybody there but I've always been able to do that. You know, I can do that whole Cardi B where she's like, you know, but no. So yeah, man, that I can roll the R's.
Man, WCW got like when No Limit was in, that's when it really started getting bad, man.
Yeah.
Like bad. Like Vince Russo signed around then, I think.
Anything on a pole match, you know, Judy Bagwell on a forklift. And here we go right here. WWE never beat WCW. WCW beat themselves when they brought in Russo and Time Warner and Kevin Nash started booking. Giving Kevin Nash the book was the worst thing. And having the book in wrestling, you have all the stroke in the world. I mean, that is, and God damn, that is.
And Hogan's creative control.
Oh yeah, Hogan had like all the creative control over his gimmick. You could fucking. Yep, it was ridiculous. But yeah, we done turn this into the wrestling stream now.
That was one of my favorite nights I'm not big on Jeff Jarrett, but one of my favorite nights in professional wrestling was when he just laid down for Hogan.
Yep.
They got into that whatever. I don't care if it was scripted. I don't care if it was a shoot. All I know is the end of the night, Booker T won the WCW title, and I was on my feet.
Yep.
And I really like their biggest mistake with Booker T was trying to turn him into The Rock after that. Like he was fine how he was, and I mean that could have been a something that would have given WCW a little more watchability. I mean, I was really excited when he won the title. Mm-hmm. It was new, something fresh.
Yep. Oh, dude, I was the biggest like fucking. See, I used to watch Crockett Promotions.
Yeah,
I used to watch NWA. So when it became WCW, I was like, hello, and and I have to mention this guy because he has the same initials as me, PN. Does anybody else remember PN News, the big fat white guy that rapped?
No,
you don't remember PN News? Oh, no. we're gonna. I'll send you a video. You just have to look him up on YouTube, man.
I might have intentionally blocked him.
Oh, it was like 1991 or 2.
I remember Snow.
And what was the other one? Oh God, the Dynamic Dudes, Johnny Ace, and that's what's his name? John Laurinaitis.
Oh, is it?
From or WWE, yeah. The dynamic, they were like a skateboarder like gimmick. They wore like Johnny Ace. I can't remember who the fuck else it was. But yeah, man, Booker T he ended WCW with like the US heavyweight and the world title, I want to say, wasn't it? Something like that.
I can't remember if he had the US title or not.
Yeah, I think he had 2 belts, but I did, the end of WCW, like, and they had that, what was that? The Big Bang pay-per-view planned out because they were going to relaunch everything.
Yeah, just, it was Shane Douglas teaming with John Laurinaitis and the Dynamic.
Shane Douglas. Jeez. The franchise, dude. Oh my God. When he went to ECW, when he threw that fucking NWA title in the garbage.
Yeah.
Because I used to watch ECW on the Sunshine Network on my satellite out of Florida at like 2 a.m. on Saturdays in the mid-90s after it became Extreme Championship Wrestling. And I started getting the pay-per-views, when it was like Barely Legal was the name of the pay-per-views and shit. Oh, God. That was the golden age of wrestling from like 95 to 2001. It
now
doesn't get any.
Has a whole new meaning.
What's that?
Now Barely Legal has a whole new meaning.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
I miss New Jack. It was bad for his body, but when he would just grab somebody and I don't care if you like it or not, we're going off this balcony.
Oh, okay. So New Jack and Vic Grimes, when New Jack shattered his skull because Vic Grimes was too scared to jump when they were supposed to go off the top of the fucking tables that were all stacked, or the scaffold match. New Jack shattered his skull. He still can't see out of his one eye. He gets headaches all the time. And then they did another fucking match, and he admitted to trying to kill Vic Grimes because of what he did to him. He did. New Jack was nuts. Well, he almost killed what was that kid's name? Mass Transit. This 15-year-old kid. God love him. This kid wanted to be in the business so bad. He lied to Paul Heyman about who trained him. And this was in the early 90s, so you didn't have the internet to verify things. So Paul Heyman put this kid in the ring with New Jack, and the kid told New Jack before they went in there he wanted to get color. Motherfucker, have you never watched New Jack work a match? He wanted to get color. New Jack said, okay, I'll give him color. And he fucking cut him so deep up here in his forehead, he hit that main artery that runs up here. And that kid, the video is still on YouTube, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I remember.
The footage is so grainy, but you can see just blood just out of this kid's head. It was disgusting. And I wanted to gig. I was willing to gig when I was working. I learned how to, I always take my wrists, and you take a razor blade and you bend the corner of it until it breaks, and then you put it in your tape. You just roll. Let me roll my camera. You would roll your tape over it like 2 layers. You get to where you're ready to get color, and then you sell your head. You go down. You take that out. And me, I have the furrowed brow. I've got the I'm old as fuck, so I got the lines. So you take your gig, and you just kind of slit one of those, and then let your man, if it's not coming out enough, let him, give you a couple, snug ones, and usually you'll get that nice color out of there. But being as I'm kind of a germaphobe at the same time, I wasn't willing to do that. So I said, fuck it. And then the promotion where I ended my career was like very against any of that. They stopped a couple matches cold because people started bleeding. We were in a Christian youth center, which made it even funnier. The first, because every show I would come in with my gimmick bag with all my gear in it, and then a rolling cooler full of vodka and beer.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, like I said, you got the Scott Hall thing going on, so it was bad. I had fun with it though. All right. I see Tony's got a jet here pretty quick. I know you got to take off. Cody will be joining us soon, though. Just let me know when you got to bounce, and I'll give you an outro, Tony.
Yeah, I've got to take off.
Yeah, take off.
Sorry, guys.
Oh no, you're fine, brother. Absolutely fine.
But,
so,
thank you for having me on the show, and it's good to, be on the show again with you, Sal.
Absolutely, man. Thanks
everybody
for making time for us. It was kind of impromptu.
Yep.
Oh yeah, definitely. I like learning about toys from you, man. It's interesting.
Yeah, I wish I knew as much about toys, or I wish I knew as much about my job as I do about toys. I'd be much more successful.
We can all dream.
Well, thank you for joining us, man. And Tony will be back this coming Monday night, if he's available, for the Place to Be Reviews episode 89. This Monday will be episode 89. So we are closing in on that lauded 100th episode mark. So thank you, Tony ToneDef, and we're looking forward to having you back on the show, brother. You have a good night.
Definitely. You guys too. Have a good night.
See ya.
So me and Sal are gonna. And then there were 2. Cody is. He said he was stuck in traffic a few minutes ago.
Yeah, he said he was at the line of McDonald's. I was gonna say, Cody, pick me up a 10-piece and an orange high C.
I want some chicken nuggies.
Hell yeah.
That sounds delicious right now.
The other night, me and my old lady, I was making some dinner, right? And I think I mentioned this on the stream, but I put some some spices and some flavors, some macaroni and cheese. I made some goddamn dinosaur nuggies because I'm an adult and I can do what I want. Wash it all down with some chalky milk.
Those hey dude, I eat those dinosaur nuggets too because I get them for the kid. So it'll be like after I'm done with the show, and it's like I don't want to make anything. I'll just throw those in the toaster oven, some pizza rolls.
Hell yeah.
I eat like I'm 10 years old. I don't fucking care. I'm like, fuck it, whatever.
It's one of those things where it's like, oh, you eat like your five. It's like, no, motherfucker, I eat out of convenience.
That's it. Like, God, you were saying you hadn't eaten today. I was like, 2 days ago I did that. I didn't eat until like dinner, because I got up, took the kid to school, did a video. The editing process. I'll shoot my video, and that takes 15 minutes. But then editing is like 3.5, 4 hours.
Oh,
So.
yeah.
It's a struggle, then I get, go pick the kid up from school and, come home, and it's like, I don't want to do anything. My goal is like to be done with YouTube by the time I pick him up from school. So the afternoon is ours until the wife gets home and we do dinner and everything. So, but yeah, so that's been what I've been trying to do as of late, and, yeah, it's like I didn't even eat until like 6. It was like 6:30, I think, 7 o'clock almost. I ate. It was like, Jesus Christ, I'm starving. I'm like, oh yeah, I haven't eaten since last night at this time. So, but have you heard about the new Sony movie that they announced the other day? Untitled Project they're dropping.
Untitled Project. I have not.
Okay, so we know Spider-Man 3 is coming out under the Marvel umbrella in 2021, the July slot, which they've done with Homecoming and Far From Home. Spider-Man gets that July spot in the MCU. So
I feel like I'm about to be angry. Am I going to be angry?
I don't know, because this is an untitled movie. Okay, so this is October of 2021. All right, so let's think about this for a second. Now, Sony this year, we've got Morbius, okay, which is, by all intents and purposes, looks like it's going to be cool. All right. So we got Morbius, and then we got Venom 2, which is October. So we got Morbius in July, Venom 2 in October.
Right.
I don't see any issue. I think Venom 2 is going to be good. I really do. I have faith in Tom Hardy, and more or less Andy Serkis is directing this.
Ooh.
So that definitely adds some intrigue, because Andy Serkis he knows his way around this kind of material. All right. I'm very happy about that. So what are they going to do in 2021? Well, we've recently heard they have been working on Kraven the Hunter. So I like where this is going, because you see this is leading towards that Sinister Six. My only question is now, will they have the nuts to do this Kraven's Last Hunt, which is, I think now, okay, so hypothesizing on this, the Spider-Man 3 that's going to come out, they're probably going to have to introduce Kraven in that briefly.
Right.
To lead into his solo movie, because let's come back to Morbius. Now, Morbius we've got tied in because Michael Keaton's Vulture, Adrian Toon, makes an appearance in that. Now,
and they've alluded to the Scorpion, because the guy he meets in prison.
Yes.
He's the guy. I swear. No, he's from Breaking Bad.
Was he? I haven't seen much of Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
So
I get him mixed up with a guy from Sons of Anarchy all the time, because they look similar enough that in my head I have to really think about it. But yeah, he's got the Scorpion tattoo on his head.
Yes. Yep, and that's the one that Toombs is talking to in line right when he gets there, and he's like, "Yeah, I heard you know who Spider-Man is," and he's like, "If I knew who he was, he'd be dead." So we've tied that together, and they've said it's going to be now this sharing agreement is getting to where we know we've only got one Spider-Man movie left, which is next year in the MCU. Then he has one more appearance in a team-up movie, which is contractually obligated. With this new deal, Tom Holland's Spider-Man is going to go to the Venomverse, which I like where that's going, because it's darker tonally, even though Venom 1 wasn't rated R. I think by the time we hit Venom, it could have been. It absolutely could have been.
Throw a few F-bombs in there, up the violence. Let us watch him eat somebody.
Yes. That's and this is the thing I get into, and as Ripper says, the MCU stands. These people absolutely read over the fact that Sony's going to get Spider-Man back. Now, this is an unpopular opinion, and I've thought about this a lot. I almost prefer the Amazing Spider-Man to the MCU Spider-Man.
So I know those movies get shit on a lot.
They do.
I have not seen them recently.
I just watched them both recently.
Okay. I remember
Again.
watching the first one, and I wasn't completely upset by it, if that makes sense. Like, I thought Andrew Garfield did a good Spider-Man.
Yes.
But I didn't like him as Peter Parker.
Yep. That's what the problem is.
Yeah. I liked Dennis Leary in that movie. I think it was Dennis Leary, right? Or was it Aaron Eckhart that played Gwen Stacy's dad?
It was Dennis Leary. Yep.
Yeah, I liked him a lot in that movie. I wish, spoiler alert, I think he died at the end, correct? Or did he survive of the first one?
I think he survived the first one.
Okay. So I liked him a lot. I didn't like how the lizard looked, but I was happy they did the lizard because that was the first episode of the animated series that I saw when I was a kid.
Okay.
So I'm not. I had Spider-Man comics. I've told the story before on air that where I grew up, there were no comic book shops. All we had were like little spinner rack things in like Kroger or Walmart, and unless you were a kid that went every single day, you know, I didn't know about like New Comic Wednesday, which it wasn't always Wednesday. It's moved around the weeks, a few days a week throughout the years. But so I'd get like a one-off issue of like Spider-Man. That was my first comic. It was him and the Vulture. That's all I remember about it. I remember nothing else. And other than that, I had one. It was issue 1 of 3 or 2 of 3 of something called The Lost Years. It was like a small miniseries that he didn't have powers. Like, I have this miniseries now, but I haven't gone back to read it. But he, okay, let's see. Who's leaving it? Is it
Brendan?
Motivation? Oh, okay. All right, man. Well, have a good night, and we'll see you around next time, I hope.
Yes, sir.
But, where was I? Right. So I had like one-off issues. So all of my Spider-Man stuff started with the animated series, watching that growing up. Like beyond that, I didn't know a lot, and I've gone back to learn a lot, but you know, I forget where I was going with all this. I derailed myself.
It happens.
Too many rabbit holes. I'll find a way to talk myself back into a
circle the wagons.
Right. But so, right, the lizard. So I liked that. I liked that took me back to that first episode that I saw, because I saw the first episode, and that was him going after Dr. Connors and the lizard. I didn't like the way he looked. I thought that was kind of shitty, honestly. And then I remember the second one, and I did not like it. I didn't like Jamie Foxx's Electro. I liked the way he looked. I thought he looked cool. He was so fucking weird, and it just was like, Spider-Man doesn't remember me? I'm going to kill him. All right. And then Rhino showed up for 2 seconds at the very fucking end. All right. But
I've always wanted to see Rhino in the damn movie, too. And that suit looked bad as hell.
Yeah, it looked awesome. And Paul Giamatti is he's a great heel, no matter what.
Yes. Yes.
But, so we were talking about Spider-Man, Sinister Six, and Marvel, and Sony, and all that. I saw today that there's a rumor online that they're going to make Peter Parker bisexual and give him a boyfriend in the third one.
They can't.
They can't?
No,
right,
they
because
can't. Stan Lee, he made a clause that Spider-Man can't be turned gay or anything like that, or now that's not to say you can't have a new Spider person, obviously, which they can do that, and that's absolutely fine. I have no problem with that. If that's what you want to do, create a new character. That's what we're always talking about. Create a new character.
Right, and I feel like, so here's the thing. So I say all that because I always try to look at the why, like what's the method, what's the end game, like what result are they hoping for. So I feel like this. What's up, Cody?
Hey,
what the
Cody.
fuck is going on?
So I feel like they're doing that. So it's a 1-2 punch for Disney. If they go that route, it's a 1-2 punch, because one, they get to, do their virtue signaling and inclusion and all that kind of stuff, the thing that they're known for.
Yeah.
And then they get to send him back to Sony the way that he is. Now, Sony has 2 options. They can revert Peter Parker back to being, Peter Parker as we know him, and that'll make everyone in the audience is because it's not inclusive, that's anti-LGBT, that's anti-what have you, or they can keep it that way, knowing that people on the internet, YouTube, are going to spring up and make videos about it, that they're, now Sony's going woke and their box office will fail. It'll fail to the point where Disney will be able to acquire Spider-Man.
Yeah, I hope not.
I feel like that's kind of the whole thing.
Sony shouldn't have even taken a deal with Disney.
No, I wish they wouldn't have. I wish they would have held out and just not had and you know what? If you got to recast Tom Holland at this point, whatever. If that happened, right now the way it's working out, you don't have to. But at the same time, it's like I don't mind Tom Holland as Spider-Man, but I want to see him be Spider-Man, not Little Iron Boy, Iron Lad or whatever. It's just what's up, Alex?
What's up, fellas?
What's up, fool?
I pity the fool.
But no, man, I don't want to see them do that anymore. And I know we're all in the same boat there. And I just, to your point, Sal, that is it. Just make it, give it that more adult feel. You don't have to keep catering to that audience is not. We know that audience is non-existent. I mean,
right.
You're trying to, you're really reaching. I saw that article too. It's from like Gay Star or something like that. Was the website? Yeah, because somebody shared that one of the groups, and I'm like, yeah, that's not. They can't do that. You can't make Spider-Man gay, or bi or whatever.
They should have just made like a TV show. They should have just taken Spider-Man, ran with it, discontinued the Tom Holland Spider-Man, got a new cast, and just made a TV show. Like do a 10-episode first season, see how it goes, and air it on, I don't know. Just air it on Netflix because Disney doesn't own them. So I don't know. Just they should have done something different. Nice.
I love Teenage Peter Parker, Kevin Spacey. God damn it,
do, Kevin.
God damn it, Kevin. Leo Red, everyone. Be sure to tip your waitresses.
You need to rename your thing Leo Red to not Kevin Spacey.
Then how will we know he might not be R. Kelly either.
Yeah.
Not R. Kelly. There you go.
Not R. Kelly.
So anyway, we got this. So we got the untitled Sony movie for October of 2021 now, and like I said, that's a couple months after Spider-Man 3, and odds are this is I watched I think it was Emergency Awesome, and he did a top 10 characters that he thought obviously a lot of it is a stretch but they've been talking about Black Cat and Silver Sable. Sony had a movie in I think it was like pre-production with them, and that got axed. They've had a Sinister Six movie multiple times that keeps getting axed. I don't think we've ever been actually closer in reality to a Sinister Six movie on the big screen than we are now. And I would much rather see Sony do it than I would Marvel. I don't want to see Marvel get their hands on the Sinister Six. I don't want to see them ruin any of these villains. I don't want to see Kraven. There was talks at one point of Kraven being in Black Panther 2, and I'm like, and they were gonna race swap him and make him from Wakanda. He was like a disgraced Wakandan. I'm like, didn't we do this with Killmonger in the first fucking movie?
No, I'm okay with them race swapping Kraven under one condition.
What's that?
Jason Momoa.
Deal.
I'm fine.
I mean, it's probably going to happen because I feel like Aquaman 2 might be on the rocks given new news stories that have come out in regards to his co-star.
Oh, they're not going to let Amber Heard mess up Aquaman 2. Look, that first movie made $1 billion. Yeah. They're not going to let some redhead tramp mess that up for them.
Especially in the wake of the bot flop. Because I'm sorry, changing the name to that movie ain't going to put asses in the seats.
And DC's already thinking like, look, we already tried to cater to you women once. You didn't go see our movie. Why are we going to cater to you now for Aquaman 2?
Yeah, good luck with all that shit.
Crap on the men all you want. The men were the ones who went to see the Birds of Prey.
Was it? I think it's a 54%, male audience to 46% female in that. I mean, and that was geared towards women. I mean, let's be real. Did anybody else watch Grace Randolph's review today of that?
Haven't had a chance yet.
No, I haven't seen it.
Dude, I was literally I was sitting there yelling at my phone. I was yelling at my phone.
Manliness and motivation actually beat me in his recommendation. He says RDJ to play Kraven as a black man. So he's going to pull out Tropic Thunder and play
Lazarus.
Yeah.
Just as long as it ain't Michael B. Jordan, I'm fine.
I liked him as Killmonger. I found his character actually kind of compelling.
I liked him as Killmonger until the third act.
Yeah.
I liked him as Killmonger until he actually showed up.
Yeah. I don't know. I liked the mask with the horns and all that. I liked that Killmonger because I thought he was really cool. He's always been especially the first movie I really saw him in. Because I bypassed Fan 4-Stick. I saw him in Creed, and I was blown away. I was like, this kid's fucking good. And I liked Creed so much, I went and watched Fan 4-Stick and wanted to put a gun in my mouth.
Don't you put that evil on us, Leo Red. Don't you put that evil on us.
Don't you curse our fucking queen like that.
You make jokes about pedophiles all you want, but this is serious stuff.
You fucking talking about putting Harley Quinn in Wonder Woman 3, goddammit.
Apparently, the test screenings for Wonder Woman 2 have not been going very well.
I've heard that, but you know what, though? You can't take that to light either, because you know what? Test screenings for Suicide Squad were through the roof.
I was going to say, I thought that tested really well.
I mean, I love Suicide Squad, but I'm in the minority here.
Wait, why?
I thought it was a funny movie.
I liked Killer Croc in that movie. I thought that
was it was a hilarious movie. I was laughing my ass off doing it. It had some problems, like some editings and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. You can tell that when they the way they filmed the movie and the way it was presented, that was two separate things. They went back and did some heavy editing.
I like the R-rated version a lot better. It kind of puts the abuse back into Joker and Harley's relationship. It doesn't romanticize them as much.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Yep.
That's
the R-rated version. He smacks her around, he beats on her. I guess it's like Daredevil. Watch the R-rated version if you have to.
That's actually the R-rated version of Daredevil is really not really good, but it's superior to the one that we.
Oh yeah, I would say it's good. I like the R-rated version.
I like Daredevil. Yeah,
I like Daredevil.
I don't dislike that movie at all.
Yeah, I think me and Pete proved before that movie was a box office hit. It didn't bomb like MCU stands say it did.
No, that movie made money.
I loved the little bit of fan service when I don't say spoiler. That movie's been out for 10, 15 years.
It's been maybe 17 years. Yeah,
since 2003 or 4.
Yeah, and it's definitely not a spoiler if you follow any kind of comics at all. But when Bullseye stabbed Elektra, that scene with whatever her name is and fucking what's his nuts. It was straight out of the comic. They framed it exactly.
Jennifer Garner and Colin Farrell.
That's their names.
With the fabric kind of sticking out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's an iconic scene right there.
That was a race swap that I thought was fucking great. It was Michael Clark Duncan as Kingpin.
Oh, for a minute I thought you was about to say Jennifer Garner.
I mean,
I love Jennifer Garner.
She wasn't very good as Elektra.
I like Jennifer Garner. She was not good as Elektra.
No.
I'll be honest. I like Colin Farrell's Bullseye. Mm-hmm. I like Colin Farrell's Bullseye more than I did the Daredevil season 3 version.
Yeah, that guy was trash.
Yeah, people say, "Oh, Colin Farrell's too campy." He's supposed to be campy. Bullseye is Daredevil's Joker. He's Joker and Deadshot mixed into one character. He kills people. He doesn't care about life whatsoever.
He kills people Joker by throwing pens at them.
And he don't care. He'll get bored and just kill random people because he ain't got nothing better to do. That's Bullseye. Colin Farrell nailed that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. So here's the box office for Daredevil, 2003. 179,179,718 worldwide against a $78 million budget, and it opened with a $40 million domestic opening. Not too shabby.
Better than Bop.
Yeah.
And that's not even adjusted. Is that even adjusted for inflation?
That is not adjusted for inflation.
Boom.
No. So no. Let's see. Wait here. Let's well, fuck it. While we're at it, fuck it. We'll do it live.
Oh, your computer but get the virus.
Here we go. Right here. Bop is at 85 million worldwide. Domestic, $38 million.
Well, I mean, they kind of made their budget, I guess. Like,
okay,
yay.
so I don't know where they're at with this 84 million because every number I've heard is 97 million for the budget, not including
reshoots and stuff.
That, but they said that wasn't including reshoots. And then you're not including the marketing into that. And they marketed the shit out of this movie.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was about to ask, is that the marketing included? Because I know you're supposed to include marketing.
No,
so if you don't include marketing, then no, you have not made your money.
No, they're not gonna. They won't make their money back for a while.
They were kind of bad at marketing that movie. Did it even have a Super Bowl spot?
I don't know if it had a Super Bowl spot, but there was commercials everywhere in social media. I mean, I was
rarely seeing them.
I saw some stupid fucking spots for that movie, and then it was all over Facebook though too.
Oh, I got ad blocker. Never mind.
Yeah.
Not for your channel though, Pete. You whitelisted.
All right.
So are you, Goober Brothers. So are you. And Sal. All of you are whitelisted.
Oh boy.
Make your money.
Yeah, man. So I don't. Birds of Prey, and then they, like I said, they changed the name. It's just it's a shit show. You're blaming the coronavirus. You know, you're blaming men.
Yo, ain't that some cheap ass shit?
You're blaming the fucking
what
movie
culture
didn't even open in China.
Yeah,
how the fuck are you gonna blame the Kung Flu for this? Like,
I think other than Aquaman, I don't think China has liked any of the DC movies. I think Aquaman might have been it.
China doesn't like bullshit, and it shows with The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker.
They don't fuck with that. They don't. Was that Baizu? Is that what it's called? They don't fuck with that Baizu.
That's true.
They don't. I guess, man. They're rather discerning customers over there.
Why is your movie not making money? It's because of the Kung Flu. That's why.
What happened to the days where people just said, "Hey, my movie sucked. I'm sorry about it."
Yeah.
Remember the Batman and Robin commentary where Joel Schumacher just spends the entire time apologizing?
Yeah.
Wasn't
it fucking God, I'm terrible with names tonight.
Clooney?
Yeah, Clooney would like give people $5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you didn't like Batman and Robin, I'll give you your money back. What happened to those days, man? Were people
they didn't insult the customers and just call them fucking neck-bearded incel racists back then for not liking a movie. Can you imagine that?
Can't do that anymore unless it's a DC movie, and even then, you can't do that with this particular DC movie.
I just want to say though that we live in an age where people want to see the Snyder cut of Batman versus Superman, while quote released the JJ cut fell off the face of the fucking earth after like 3 days.
I was gonna say, yeah, that was never to be heard from again.
So let that sink in for a minute.
Yeah, people are still clamoring for the Snyder cut of Justice League. 3 years later, and yeah, Rise of Skywalker came out a couple months ago, and everybody's like, you know what, fuck that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see the George Lucas cut.
I want to see that movie never again.
That's why you gotta get the Lucas cut, man. Lucas would have made a whole better movie.
I'd be all right with that. I'm not even gonna watch that with Trey. I'm not. I'm gonna shield him. I'm gonna shield him from that evil as long as I can.
No more bad movies this year.
No,
he's gonna be like 19, like moved out of the house, and he's gonna call you. He's like, "Dad, why the fuck did you not show me this?"
Because it was shit, son. We watched a holiday special instead. Remember?
Then he watches it, and he's like, "Yeah, you're right.
You're right."
Like you suffered, like your elders did, well into your college years.
Suffer the sins, the slings and arrows of your ancestors, young man.
Yeah, look, I could show you The Last Jedi, but I ain't trying to make you disown me.
Oh no, he wanted to watch that because it had AT-ATs in it at the end, and I'm like, no son, that's not Hoth.
No,
that's garbage Hoth. Let's watch Empire Strikes Back.
Watch Empire, yeah.
We did. My wife found it out in the garage. Like I said the other night, my wife found it out in the garage, brought it back in. I took it back out there.
But Pete, don't you remember? They made a point of letting you know it wasn't snow.
Yeah, the guy lifts the ground. It's salt.
Wait, that shit was salt?
It was salt,
what?
Cody. It wasn't snow. So it wasn't
God.
an Empire ripoff this whole time.
Yeah.
They literally just could have been like, yeah, it's snow. Like, and I think people would have respected it a little bit more.
Yeah, other than the guy licking the ground.
Yeah, who does that? That should have been like pure cut Colombian cocaine and just fucking fried out of his mind.
Well, to be fair, if I was in the Last Jedi, if I'm in the Last Jedi, I'm gonna snort a whole lot of cocaine to get through that. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. That's inappropriate.
Well, then you should probably go ahead and say it.
Are you Leo Red?
No.
China does like black people in movies.
I'm not gonna speak
No,
of our
China
princess
doesn't.
that way.
No, that's what they did to John Boyega.
Yeah, China does not like. They like Will Smith. That's as far as it goes.
I think so. It's like he's like acceptable.
I think they
over
said
there.
it before. Like, yeah, they like Will Smith. They're not too fond of black. Like, China is very racist. Like, don't get me wrong. America has its racist moments too, but China is really racist.
Whoa, we already got our black guy. What the hell is this?
Hang on a second. Yeah.
One per
Fucking
franchise.
China. Dude, I don't ever want to go to China, especially not now. But I mean, like in general, like if I never go in my lifetime, who cares?
My interest in going to China extends only to see Tiananmen Square and to try.
Are you
Is that a lampshade?
Raiden?
Hell,
I love it.
You know, he was white anyway in the
love
movies, so he's just a Highlander now, Pete.
We know Rika other than Will Smith. Nobody else. Only Will Smith.
No.
Will Smith to come. He act in all our movies. Nobody but the Will
You know who
Smith.
Pete looks like? Pete looks like Leslie Nielsen from Surf Ninjas.
Yeah, he does.
God, I want to watch Surf Ninjas.
Holy
now.
Someone's
shit, I
gonna beat
forgot
your
about
ass
that
with those
movie.
fucking Sega games.
The world forgot about that movie.
I remember Surf Ninjas.
You can't forget Surf Ninjas. Brothers don't surf.
Wasn't
Bro,
that,
remember
As a
the
black
fucking-
man, that spoke to me.
remember,
was
Three
that Rob
Ninjas?
Snyder's first movie?
I don't know if that was his first movie. I do remember Three
I'm just
Ninjas.
waxing the board.
Yeah.
Like he
Wasn't
refused
Rob
to surf.
Schneider? Yeah, Rob Schneider was in that. Rob Schneider was. I keep forgetting that because he like dyed his hair and cut it for
It
that
was
movie.
red, yeah. It was like
Yeah.
bright, like it was more like orange, but still.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's Rob Schneider. I
Yeah.
didn't realize it.
He would go quote surfing with him, but he would only sit on the beach and wax his board, like he wouldn't get in the water.
Oh man.
I had to put that hat on for a minute while we were. That's actually my wife bought that in China when she was.
I would pick.
when she
I
was
ain't gonna
13.
lie. I'd watch Surf Ninjas again. I'd watch Surf Ninjas. I feel no shame in saying that. I don't care.
Oh,
You guys remember Three Ninjas?
I love
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Rocky Cole and Tum Tum.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen
Home
that.
Alone with ninjas.
Hell yeah.
Mr. Miyagi, their grandpa.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even though
Yeah,
none of them
the
look
villain
Asian.
was straight up out of the villain was straight up out of the 90s. Had a little European accent, the ponytail, and the little suits. I was like, oh yeah, that's 90s. Film.
He looked
It had the
like
whole fucking Ninja Turtles vibe to it.
And then they ruined it.
They basically took the villain from Double Dragon and just put him in that movie.
Oh
Dude,
yeah.
I forgot about that movie too. Oh my god.
Double Dragon. I know. I forgot
yeah.
that existed.
Oh
Then
my
they ruined
god.
Three Ninjas by putting Hulk Hogan in it.
God damn it.
Oh yeah.
Dude, you're like sending me on a fucking quest for
I
like
know.
nostalgia right now.
Double Dragon the movie. That was such a weird movie.
Surf Ninjas, Three Ninjas, and Double Dragon.
90s baby.
That's a weekend right there, brothers.
And look, the 90s nostalgia wave is coming down. You know someone's gonna come back to these movies.
Are we gonna watch party these things or not?
We
Yes.
can.
We can.
We can definitely do that. I want to see if we can find them on somewhere free. Just for the benefit of the watchers.
On
look
the
it
app
up
I
right
can
now.
find.
So, while you're at it, you should also just pop on over and watch Suburban Commando.
Oh God.
Sure.
Yes.
What
are you gonna
I
do?
was
You gonna-
frozen today.
Are you gonna break my face in?
No,
Are you
it's the
kidding?
90s.
This is the
We're gonna
90s. We're gonna
sue
sue you. God, I love that line. Back when Shelley Duvall was talking about having sex. Look, Shelley Duvall used to have a little cute petite thing going. I ain't gonna lie.
She
that
did.
petite- She crazy now though.
Well, yeah.
Have you seen her on Dr. Phil? I was about to say Uncle Phil. Dr. Phil.
Uncle Phil. Uncle Phil. No, I thought Uncle Phil died.
That's a whole different video.
Yeah. Yeah. Have I seen her on Uncle Phil? That's going to be a difficult one.
All right, let me see if I can find these movies while y'all keep talking. Oh,
Right.
I think I might have found Surf Ninjas. Let me check.
Because we're gonna do Mean Guns, but we're gonna do that. We'll do that one next month, and what we might do is we'll just do a double feature. We'll do Mean Guns and one of the ninja movies, and then a couple weeks later we'll do the other two ninja because we got 3. If we can find a couple of these or whatever, we'll pair them up. We'll figure it out. But we haven't done a watch party on the channel since.
Oh my goodness! I found 3 ninjas right below it.
On YouTube or Tubi?
YouTube. Surf Ninjas and 3 Ninjas both came up at the same time.
Dude, you
You
know
can
what?
buy it or rent it, but I don't want to do either.
No,
I just
they're
wanna
free.
watch it.
They should be free.
They're free. Let me see. I just saw Surf Ninjas work. I'm trying to see if 3 Ninjas work. 3 Ninjas also works. Yeah,
Full movie. Okay.
full
That-
movie.
That
I
breaks.
will post them.
I'm happy they're on there, but it breaks my heart that those are on there and I can't find Bad Dreams because I really wanted to do that one for Friday night.
What are you looking for again?
Bad Dreams, 1988 with Jennifer Rubin.
But I can't tell you how many times as a kid when we had 3 ninjas. So there was this small chain of stores in the town I grew up in, and they were like this weird kind of. They were basically bodegas. Like there was no way they like stayed in business without selling weed out of the back. But they were like they sold like magazines, but they also rented movies. But you could tell those movies were like someone's personal movies that they were renting. It wasn't like they just got them. But and every once in a while they would sell the rented movies, like they've been there for a long time, so they'd sell them for like $1 or something. And so we bought 3 Ninjas from them, and I can't tell you how many times we would rewind and watch the scene of those. I think they were supposed to like kidnap the kids, and they put the diarrhea stuff in their fucking Cokes, and they're drinking it, and they're just on the fucking toilet. Like we rewound that, and that's how old I am. That kind of dates it a little bit. We rewound it, like gotta push the button on the VCR, rewound it, and then watch that scene over and over and over.
Oh, dude, I remember the old VCR days. Like I said, I'm a couple years older than you guys. So yeah, I grew up with that, man. We didn't, I remember we got our first VCR. That was a big deal.
Yeah,
VCR.
You need that coaxial cable, and you need that tracking button.
Oh God, fucking tracking. Oh, that was. You try to describe that to like a young kid, like that. It's funny. They're like, what? You had to do like one of my interns was like that. He's like, what? You had to do what to it? I'm like, look, man, there was like VHS. Like, his dad was like a couple years older than me.
Or you try to explain like how kids you can pause it so you can see something better now. It's like, oh, that was a game of Russian roulette. You pause it, you had to hope that the lines weren't in the fucking what you were trying to look at.
Yep. I was
looking at you, fucking Stone, and the beaver shot, the infamous beaver shot.
Oh yeah. I always ran into that problem, like I said, Nightmare on Elm Street 3 with the nurse when she took her top off, when Joey was strapped out with the tongues to the bed. Yeah, I always ran into that problem there. You're trying to pause it, and it's the fucking lines always. Yeah. Unless you had one of those like $high VCRs, where you could pause it. And my mom got editing equipment when I learned how to edit VHS because I did the audio, all the music on my varsity football highlight film my senior year. I learned how to go frame by frame with it, which was fucking sweet because she had these badass editing VCRs because she was transferring our 8mm home movies over to VHS and stuff like that. So I got to play with that stuff. And oh yeah, dude, I was like, my parents they left me alone for the weekend. I remember like, what the hell was it? Like when I watched, it was Showgirls. I ran Showgirls. I'm like, hey, check this out, man. This is fucking sweet. Elizabeth Berkley getting railed in the pool frame by frame, flopping around like an epileptic marlin. That was fun. But yeah.
So I found the 3 Ninjas trilogy on Amazon for $24.
Oh Lord.
It's on DVD, not Blu-ray, but it's here.
Yeah, listen, I only want one.
Yeah, I will pay them $30 to keep the other 2.
Yeah,
I like the other 2.
I've never seen them.
2's
They're cool.
All right. I hated 3. 3's the one with Hulk Hogan, right? Or was it 4?
I can't. It's not
I think
4.
3 was in the Wild West. 4 might have been the one with Hulk Hogan.
3 of them is when they like have to like fight the mob or whatever from taking over the Native American town.
Yeah, that might have been 3. So yeah, 4 might have been because 4 didn't. The one with Hulk Hogan was not in movie theaters. That was like a TNT original movie that came on like after WCW Nitro. I remember that.
When was Hogan show Thunder in Paradise?
Oh, Thunder in Paradise.
Yeah, there's a reference. With
I thought you guys were talking about Hogan Knows Best.
Hogan does. Oh, I'm dating a girl that looks like my daughter, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say daughter, brother?
Daughter stunt double.
Daughter, brother.
Okay.
She looks like my daughter, brother. Wait, what? This is my son, brother. Wait, what?
I love all the memes. It's like the Maury Povich is like, the
Yeah.
DNA test concludes that not everyone is your brother, and it's like Hulk Hogan crying.
That shit never gets old. That never fucking gets old.
Ooh.
I used to do that. I'd fuck because we had a couple. There was like 3 or 4 women in our locker room at the last couple. I used to fuck with them. I walk up and be like, when I get there, you walk around, you gotta shake everybody's hand. That's just like good etiquette, locker room etiquette. And I'd always walk up to them and mess with them because they were younger. I walk up and be like, how you doing, brother? How you doing, brother? Give them a hug. Like, wait, what? I'm like, I'm drunk. Don't mind me.
If Hulk Hogan was a battle droid, he'd go, brother, brother.
Brother. Roger, brother. Would somebody ask you if you're brother, and you're not brother, but you would say you're brother anyway?
And then he'd bang C-3PO's wife.
C-3PO's wife was the what was her name? Joan Rivers' character from Spaceballs, Dot or whatever.
Oh yeah, rest in peace, Joan Rivers.
Yep.
God bless.
She's survived by her plastic daughter Melissa. Daphne Zuniga, that was in Spaceballs, though.
I'm not gonna say
She's still hot, ain't she?
Yes, she is.
I feel like she's still hot. I feel like I saw her in something like too long ago. She's still hot.
She still looks. I saw her she was like in a Lifetime movie. I saw her like a Hallmark movie. She doesn't look bad, no. She was one of my favorites from Melrose Place. That was Joe Reynolds, baby.
I forgot she was on that show.
She was.
Because I'm a grown man.
Not me. I love that fucking show. Get off me. I love that show. I will watch that shit now.
Okay, I'm kidding. Look. I love Kimberly, okay?
Oh, well, yeah, Marsha Cross.
I love Kimberly.
Sydney, man.
I still didn't watch it as much as you did, but I did love Kimberly.
I know specific story arcs and yeah. But no, man, Sydney though on there. What's her name? Laura Layton. Yeah.
You need Tony to do that meme again.
Oh, fucking put Carrot Top in there, goddamn. I was like, how dare you? How dare you?
Didn't Carrot Top do a movie with someone from Merrill's Place? Chairman of the board, right? Someone from Merrill's Place, I think, is in that movie.
I can't remember.
Courtney Thorne-Smith or Tiffany. Somebody from Merrill's Place is in that movie. I'm going to look it up because now it's bugging me. I just can't remember her name because she did that show with Jim Belushi.
Yeah. Wait.
Courtney Thorne-Smith?
Courtney Thorne-Smith, yep.
Thank you.
Real quick, are you guys going to watch that Greta Thunberg documentary? Can we drunk watch it?
I don't know.
I don't even think there's material to make fun of.
God. That's like dot matrix. Thank you, man. Lose the motivation.
If we're drunk, we could just fucking be drunk angry about it. Just yell at it. It's
I feel
off,
bad
bitch.
with yelling at a child. I mean, except for when she took that picture on that goddamn train and tried to say that there was no seats and she had to sit on the floor, and then she put it on Twitter, and the fucking train was the train company was like, bitch, you had a seat in first class. You would specifically and sat on the floor and took that picture. We know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that talking. She's like, sitting on a very crowded train, blah blah blah, blah, and then the fucking train company added her, and they were like, thank you for riding with us. You know, we're the first, completely eco-friendly, whatever in Germany. But you also could have mentioned how nicely and how well taken care of you were while sitting in first class.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing that kills me, and I love the little videos I see where it's like, it'll be, in like Venezuela or something where you just see like a dump truck that's back up to a river, just dump tons of garbage into fucking rivers. And so is Greta gonna go talk to them as too, or only America and white Europe, or is that all she does?
Should just stick with the easy targets.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Here's a hot take.
That's amazing.
Always got to get R. Kelly in there somewhere.
Dude, Greta Thunberg, that's going to be like a funny Halloween costume this year.
Oh,
So my whole thing that like they're making a docuseries about Greta Thunberg.
one of the wild thornberries.
Yeah.
Thornberry.
So
That's what I just wanted to say.
it's not going to be that long. She's only 16. She was born and then started bitching. End of documentary.
Yeah. I wonder, those are probably her first words. How dare you?
Although
The doctor's like
obviously
holding her, like, what the fuck, and then shoves her back in.
It's like,
I think there's some great meme potential from this documentary, though.
that is it. Kind of like the Making a Murder. Remember, did you all watch that Making a Murder?
I saw like a few episodes of it. I never got to finish it.
I didn't watch the second season, which I wish I still want to, but the
I should.
cousin, what's the guy's name? Steven something.
I can't even remember.
I know it's been years since I watched it, but well, the guy that was accused of murder, his nephew or his cousin, Brendan Dassey is his name. Now, God love everybody on this earth, right? I mean, this kid was born with like a fucking 60 IQ, which those of you who aren't familiar with the standard IQ scale, anything below like 85, I think, or 80 is like considered low functioning.
And you say your son falls about here.
Yeah, it's kind of like that scene in Forrest Gump. But
So
seriously,
Ryan Johnson.
like Brendan Dassey is just like, there were so many good memes out of that Making a Murder with him. It's like, because when the cops are talking to him, I just want to show a clip of it. Fuck it, we'll do it live. It's just a quick clip of him going, yeah, like Brendan. No, it's like funny because the police will like the detectives were douchebags. Like in this, they were complete douchebags. Like I grew up in a police family, and these guys were fucking assholes. And I swear to God, they planted evidence here. Like there's no way that they did not plant evidence in this case. But I really think they did it to kind of get over the hump of having a lack of complete evidence because this guy fucking shot this girl. I mean, there's so much. Like there's like they found. You just have to watch the documentary because like they found blood and hair. I mean, and he burned her body in his fire pit. They found bones, her goddamn van. I mean, on his property. I mean, there's way too much for it to be a complete setup. You know, like I think they threw her car keys in his room because they found him outside. I'm like, oh, here, we'll just do this and threw him in his room, which is fucked. But at the same time, I'm like, this guy was not this guy is not somebody I would want, you know, to leave alone with a female who could not defend herself. I mean, he's just that kind of. Stephen Avery's his name. Just a fucking very like he's kind of a low functioning IQ himself, but yeah, his nephew Brendan Dassey was like Brendan, did you shoot President Lincoln? No. Brendan, did you shoot President Lincoln? Yeah. Like one of my favorite memes, and this kid would like stare off into the great fucking blue yonder, like when somebody's talking to him, he just gets that, you know, that kind of dead look in his face. Well, the meme was, I want somebody to look at me like Brendan Dassey looks at nothing. It's like he looked at nothing like it was everything. And it's like, I just want somebody to look at me like that. But the memes were just fucking money out of that because that kid was just, I mean, like you literally could have interrogated him and asked him if he caused, you know, if original sin was his fault, and he would have admitted to it. He was that fucking stupid. I mean, and the cops just took advantage of this to their knees. I mean, it's like, God, you know, the kid's got an IQ of my fucking coffee mug that holds my pens. You know, I mean, this is how smart this guy is. I mean, if something's got batteries, odds are it's smarter than him. Oh, they just abused this fucking poor kid.
Mm-mm-mm.
But I mean, they were like small town Milwaukee, very rural. You know, didn't have the best reputation with the locals. You know, people thought they were kind of weird, so they were kind of easy marks. But yeah, if you've never seen the documentary, I recommend watching. I want to go back and watch the second season.
Yeah, I do want to go back and finish it. That was back during that period. They're a little better with now, when Netflix just released so much shit at once. Like you get caught up, you enjoy one thing, then literally a few days later, brand new thing comes and they have to stop and go watch that, and then something else would come. You have to stop to go watch that. Netflix was bad with that for a while there. Like it was too much. Like slow down, Netflix, slow down.
Yeah, they just did. They went. It was like like a document dump. You know what I mean? Like they just here you go. Here's a bunch of shows. It's like
documentaries and the stand-ups.
Yep.
That was it for them.
Oh, here we go. He has spoken.
Are you going to help find the real killer to OJ?
I didn't do it, but if I did.
Oh, wait, you're still in jail. Is OJ still in jail? Is he out now?
He's out.
He's out.
Okay, yeah, he got out, I think, past year, right?
It was a year ago. Did you watch the FX show with him?
No, I wanted to. That's one with John Travolta, right?
John Travolta. That's the only thing I've ever seen David Schwimmer in and actually liked him in it. He was good he was.
You did not like Ross Geller, Pete?
I'm not a Friends fan. I'm a Seinfeld fan, man. I was never a Friends fan.
Did you not sport the Rachel?
No, that show.
Have you never asked somebody how they doing?
That show was.
No, I'm kidding. I saw some Friends. I can't say I watched it religiously, but I saw.
I never went out of my way to watch it, but my ex was kind of a Friends fan, and my sisters used to watch it and stuff like that, but I didn't. I was not. Everybody said Seinfeld was white. I mean, Friends was way too fucking white.
No, Friends was way white. Like they made it a big deal when they finally did put a black person on the show.
I think did she date Ross or Joey? Because I think
it was Ross.
It was Ross, yeah. Okay.
I think at that time Joey was dating Rachel. So like I said, I have some knowledge of Friends. I got some of the references and stuff. I can't say I've seen every episode, but I get like Smelly Cat. Like I get some references. If you reference Friends, I'll be like, oh, I get that.
Yes, yeah. I've never
what we call a passing knowledge.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, Friends was so ingrained in the zeitgeist, it was hard to avoid knowing something about it.
Yep.
Of course, Friends is problematic now.
Right.
So Seinfeld, though.
Oh, so is Seinfeld. Actually, Friends is way more problematic than Seinfeld was. If you ever went back,
at least Seinfeld, you had the main character was Jewish.
Yeah, and see, that's like Seinfeld got away with it because I was like, I did watch a couple of them because they still air in syndication. I think both of them are like TBS. Yep. Every now and then you'll see something on Seinfeld like, ooh, you couldn't get away with that. Friends, it's like, yo, every 5 minutes, oh, you could not get away with that now. Like they're so homophobic, sexist, and racist. Like, oh my god.
See, Seinfeld was never really like any of those things because even the episode, the not that there's anything wrong with that, they're like where Jerry and George were mistaken for being gay. They're like, not that there's anything wrong with that. They played it off really well. And the big one was the masturbation, the contest episode.
Remember the gay episode won a GLAAD award, didn't it?
The Seinfeld one?
Yeah, there's anything wrong with it. It won a GLAAD award, which is funny now. It's considered problematic. Yeah, it won a GLAAD.
I'm just gonna my 2 cents on that is to quote the great George Costanza. I was in the pool.
I was in the pool.
There's shrinkage.
Does she know about the shrinkage? Those things shrink. Oh.
So now.
And one of my favorite lines is I will use this on Julia Louis-Dreyfus. She can still put asses in the seats.
Yes, she can.
She was a presenter at the Oscars the other night with Will Ferrell because they're promoting that new movie Downhill, which doesn't look funny at all. She is gorgeous, and God bless her, she just beat cancer. So good for Julia Louis-Dreyfus. I don't follow her or Jason Alexander on Twitter anymore because they're pretty much insane. But I do still love them both because they are two of the my favorite actors from my favorite show of all time.
I never follow celebrities on Twitter ever.
It's a bad.
Did you ever watch the show Veep?
I do not.
I've heard good things, but I never.
I've heard good
Veep
things.
Was hilarious. Veep was hilarious, and I love. But you know what? You're never gonna hear feminists talk about it because the whole point of Veep was she was a terrible human being. She's like the first female vice president. Then she eventually becomes the first female president. She is a terrible person.
It's a Hillary Clinton documentary.
No. She won. She won.
There you go.
Although she did kill people.
Did she suicide him?
Did she? I didn't kill him. I suicided him. Wait, what?
But the implication is that, yeah, like women hate her because there's like, yeah, you're so terrible at this job. America will never elect another woman as president because of you. She's like so horrible, but she's funny though. Yeah, you gotta watch. You get a chance. Veep was good. I loved it.
Is that HBO or Showtime?
HBO.
HBO. So, yeah, I have to watch it at my parents' house.
I was gonna say Showtime ain't got nothing good on except for Shameless.
My wife watches Shameless on Netflix. I've never seen it. I never.
Shameless is like it.
Never watched.
Even last season of Shameless was kind of weird. I still liked it, but it was weird.
Yeah, I like the UK version more than the.
I need to watch that. That's on Netflix, I think. The UK
Yeah,
version.
and
Yeah.
it's completely different because what's her fucking name? The matriarch of the family, the oldest sister.
Fiona character.
Fiona, yeah. She leaves after like the first season in the UK version. Like where her and Steve do their little thing, and she decides to stay in the American version. She's gone.
I didn't know that. Well, she's gone the American version now.
Oh, she is now. Okay.
She left last season. Yeah.
Yeah, like she leaves at the end of season 1 in the UK one.
Is it Emmy Rossum?
Yes. Oh god.
I love Emmy Rossum.
She was one of the actresses. They were early on rumors that they were kind of fan cast. I don't want to use that fan casting name, but there was
I fucking knew it was coming.
there was they had fantasy casted her as She-Hulk. What's the artist name? He does all those mock-ups on Twitter and Instagram. The guy's a fucking hell of an artist. He does some commission stuff for Marvel, I think. Boss Logic. Boss Logic.
Maybe as the Jennifer Walters character, but as She-Hulk herself, no.
No, she's
I think she would have been a great Catwoman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
I don't even like Catwoman, but I would like that. You know, I'll be honest. Emmy Rossum is the only good thing in the live-action Dragon Ball movie.
I was about to say, yeah.
When did they do that?
That was like maybe 1 year before Shameless, because both Goku and Bulma, which is Emmy Rossum, they're both in Shameless.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I did not know they did a live-action Dragon Ball movie.
It's terrible.
Don't, Pete.
I won't, trust me. I'm not that curious
You're gonna have
about
to
it.
eat a whole tray of edibles.
Although I will say this: if you ever watch Dragon Ball Super, then yeah, go watch the live-action movie. It's better. But other than that, it's terrible.
I normally what is the one that's on Saturday? Is it Dragon Ball Z?
Z.
Dragon Ball Z Kai.
Oh god, don't watch Kai. Watch Dragon Ball Z.
Don't watch Dragon Ball Z. Watch Kai or Bridge.
I watched a little bit of both of them. I just didn't stick with it.
I like my Mr. Popo to look like he's supposed to look.
Oh well, yeah, I like that Popo too. But I was like, yeah, I asked people, I was like, yo, have you gone back and watched Dragon Ball Z lately? I was like, yo, as little kids, how did we do that? It could be like 7 episodes of just guys screaming at each other.
Yeah, they do.
It was riveting television.
Yeah, I was like, how did I do as a kid? I feel like if you can sit through an episode of Dragon Ball Z, you don't have ADHD. You are completely cured up. Like, you don't have it. Go be free. I was like, I can't watch Z. The original series and GT are like the only two that's held up. And GT is kind of like the bastard stepchild.
Yeah, because it wasn't made by the same people.
But you find out, like, it's like Halloween 3. It's the one people tend to hate because, yes, it's a different story, but now it's kind of better than what came after it. Like, now you got Super Outlaw. We got the original creator for Super back, but Super sucks.
Yeah, speaking of Halloween, Pete's Halloween 2018 movie review coming out in 2021.
That'll be out 2021.
Place your bets. What's coming out first? Pete's Halloween review or the Greta documentary?
Somebody's on Greta Thunberg.
You know what? You ain't giving yourself enough credit. I'll bet on you, Pete. And if I lose the bet, Pete will take a pegging for Ruby Rose.
Well, you know, man's got to eat.
Wait, what is she gonna make you eat? Never mind. You still got Bill Cosby, Rowan Polanski.
Glitter.
Hey, fuck Roman Polanski. Fuck Roman Polanski.
That's what got his ass in trouble in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Fuck him in the ass with a spiked dildo and no lube.
Yeah, piece of shit. That's why
I hope he gets the Jared treatment when he finally ends up in jail one day.
Yep, he's a piece of shit. That's one thing I never understood, why those people in Hollywood still celebrate him. It's
yeah,
like,
how Okay, you're gonna shit on everyone else, but you still want to give Roman Polanski awards.
I know. It doesn't make any. Well, I would say it doesn't make any sense, but it's Hollywood. We're talking about what the fuck does make sense that those idiots do. I mean, really. It's and he said, he brought Gary Glitter. That's another thing there. People tried to hold over the Joker movie. Oh, they used a song, that's by, written by, performed by a pedophile. It's like that. It's not like
It's a song.
It's a song. It's not like there's any lyrics to it other than hey. Hey,
I can say fuck Roman Polanski. I still enjoy Rosemary's Baby. I'll never buy it.
Yep.
I'll never. If I get it, I'm either gonna illegally download it or buy it secondhand. But I can still enjoy the movie.
Yeah, I catch it. If it's on basic cable or whatever, or if I can get it, at the video store. I can rent it if I wanted to there.
But I mean, no one wants to talk about how Harley Quinn killed a child, but we can ignore that for some reason.
But she's an icon for women, isn't she? She's
She killed a child.
Well, so did Carnage. Quite a few of them.
Hollywood hasn't gotten on Carnage yet. Give them time.
10 years from now, Carnage is problematic.
See, people have forgotten about Carnage, which is weird because he was the big bad guy of the 90s.
He's a murderous symbiote.
He was so popular in the Batman Spider-Man crossover, they kind of revealed that Carnage is the one who kind of made Joker go crazy. Like, Joker's terrified of him.
Well, I would be terrified of him too. I mean, fuck.
But he just felt, it's going to happen. They're going to come. Well, look, think about it. They already hate Venom 1. They're going to really hate Venom 2.
Oh, God.
They were rooting for Venom 1 to fail, and it did.
Well, people are the Birds of Prey weirdos on Twitter are jumping on Sonic.
I wanted to bring that up. On the High Council last night, I was kind of like listening while I was falling asleep. They talked about some tweets, and one of the quotes, like they were recording the tweets and all that, I can swear, I can't find it, but I could swear that those are verbatim what happened with Venom and A Star Is Born, because I can remember they did the same shit to that.
Yeah. Yep. I know. Hang on. I think I saved the picture, a screenshot of the tweets on my phone. Let me see.
Lady Gaga's full nudity scene. You saved that? Show it. Show it. Come on, man. Don't pussy out. Show it.
Did I get it off Facebook?
Do it. Come on.
Do it now. Let's see.
You want ratings? Full frontal Lady Gaga equals ratings.
Yeah, she can put asses in the seats.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly don't even find her attractive.
I do.
I'll take off your hands. Don't worry.
Yep.
All right, go for it.
She will never bother you ever again, okay?
This right here.
And Pete's too distracted with Ruby Rose, so I ain't got to worry about him taking Lady Gaga either.
Between Ruby Rose and Rachel Scarston and Gina Carano, I'm all tied up.
God, you're a man whore.
Oh, yeah. You have no idea the depths of my depravity. My friend.
Well, you are getting pegged by a lesbian, so I kind of got an idea.
I'm a dirty bird.
Dirty bat.
What the fuck is happening?
You're a dirty bat, Ruby Rose.
This
Jesus
podcast
Christ.
ain't for children anymore.
This just took a fucking really dark turn. Let's see here. Anti-Sonic tweets. Let's see if I can find them here.
How sad does your life gotta be that you gotta start shit with a Sonic movie?
That's fucking pathetic.
Dude, I'm excited for Sonic.
I am too. I'm going to see it
tomorrow.
this weekend.
Yeah, I'm going to see it tomorrow, so I'll be hyped for it. I hope from what I'm hearing, the early reviews are saying it's good.
I can't find them. Damn it!
But I want some Gangsta's Paradise.
I'm excited for this movie, man. It looks cool. Like I said, I can't help but support it because they went back and they redesigned and they pushed the release back. They redesigned the whole character so it didn't look like nightmare fuel. So
plus they went out of business doing that.
Yeah, they went bankrupt.
I feel like if you're one of those people that demanded that they change that design, you owe these people. For once, yes, you owe Hollywood. Go see that movie if you were one of those people that complained. They went out of business, man. They have no jobs anymore.
Yeah, they literally that was it. They were done.
That broke my heart. I was like, if they do that and Sonic bombs, they will never listen to the fans again.
That's it.
they will never ever do it again. Like, don't do it, man. Don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still looking for those tweets?
No, I was. I was in the private chat. We're going to wrap it up here pretty soon. This has been a great episode, guys.
Wrap that shit up, G.
We've got 11 likes on the board right now to 0 dislikes. So my trolls are obviously sleeping tonight. I caught them off guard with an impromptu podcast episode. Ha, you bastards! Oh God, and Leo Red, I love you, but oh man, you can have her. She's yours, buddy. We'll get.
I prefer Gouda myself.
Yeah, I like smoked Gouda myself, or Gruyere. I'm a cheese snob. I like my Gruyere.
Yeah. Actually, I'll have you know that in the Gudist religion, that she is a high priestess.
Nice.
And her brother has now converted to the Church of Jesus Christ in the Latter-day Trays.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sal Vador.
Wah, wah.
We're getting punny here. We're getting punny. It is. I watched The Disaster Artist. That's going to be the last thing I talk about tonight before we wrap it up. I watched The Disaster Artist last night. I started to watch it Saturday, and I got distracted and didn't get to finish it. But I sat down and rewatched the entire thing last night. And man, did that movie have a cast. Dave Franco was fucking great in that. What's his name? James Franco's younger brother. He was great. And of course,
I said that about Dave Franco, but it's true.
No, he was awesome, and he looked exactly like Greg Sestero. Like he got that look down perfectly, and not to mention James Franco's Tommy Wiseau. That was fucking awesome, dude. He played that role to the hill. I don't think he gets enough credit.
Oh, hi, Mark.
They had to do 60-some takes of that fucking
Didn't he get an Oscar nomination for that? I know he didn't win, but didn't he get a nomination for that?
I don't know. Let's find out. Let's find out. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Okay, Google. Was James Franco nominated for an Oscar award for The Disaster Artist? Let's see here. Best Adapted Screenplay nominee in 2018. Yeah. It was nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay.
Okay, but not Best Actor, though.
I don't think so. That was the only one that came up.
I think that was one of the big complaints people had. Like, they thought he should have got at least a nomination for it.
Yeah. And it was cool because they showed. Leo Red says he thinks they won an Oscar. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know.
He might have won it. Let me see. I'm looking it up right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
The footage that they showed from the actual, actually of Tommy Wiseau, and that was really fucking cool. From all the midnight premieres and stuff, like the midnight showings, and them throwing the fucking spoons and stuff. It's really cool. I really want to know how old he is and where the fuck he's from, though.
It took 15 years, but that movie finally made him a profit.
Yep.
Do people actually not know like how old he is or where he's from?
No.
Nobody
knows.
knows.
It's kind of a mystery, yeah.
Yeah, nobody knows.
No, it didn't win an Oscar. It didn't win it. It only got nominated.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Cody, that's one of life's great mysteries. It's like, where did Stonehenge come from? Who made the crop circles, and how old and where is Tommy Wiseau from?
How's boobs good? How's the positive track on a trailer work?
Yeah, I'm a human being.
I've had that trailer control button in every truck I've owned, and I've never once. I don't even know what it means, and I sold them. I was just like, what is that trailer? What does that trailer button do? I'm like, I don't know. Press it when you're towing a trailer and find out.
You just tell me it just does, man.
How does it work? It works. Works fine. Don't fucking touch it, and it'll never not work.
If it ever stops working, the check engine light will come on, and then you'll find out a million other things that were wrong.
Yep. There'll be all kinds of codes, and you bring it into your local participating dealer, and we'll. And that was my favorite thing to say to customers when they come to trade a car in. Well, or they call on the phone, and I'd answer the phone. McDonald Chrysler, this is Pete. How can I help you? And they would automatically, instead of saying, "Hey, can I talk to your service department?" well, I got a 03 2500 Cummins, and when I hit 60 miles an hour, the RPMs are racing. It feels like I got a cylinder out, and I'm like, well, I suggest you contact your selling dealer. Wait, what? I said, I suggest you contact your selling dealer. Well, I bought it from you guys used. Well, do you like telling stories? Well, why? I hope you like retelling that fucking story because you have to talk to the service department. Hang on. Because everything you said means nothing to me.
Outstanding.
Probably why they fired me. I don't know. On my day off, something about stealing boxes or bagging the receptionist. I'm not sure.
Something
like
Jim.
that.
Should have stopped calling her rude.
They wouldn't. They like you. Do you know how much time you spent at reception in the 6 years you worked this company? I'm like, we don't even have a reception. We didn't have a receptionist till 5 months before I left. Oh, they won a Golden Globe. Leo Red says they won a Golden Globe.
okay.
Okay, yeah.
I think. Oh yeah, I remember. Leo, here. I'm just gonna show the comment. Tommy Wiseau wanted to say something on stage, but they stopped him from talking. I think I remember. I'm gonna look that up now because I guarantee there's a clip on YouTube. I'll have to look it up. But yeah, Franco had the speech down and everything for that, man. It was great. I love that when he was in the acting class and he basically did the scene with the dress on stage. You know what I mean? And that was fucking funny.
One of the few post-credit scenes I actually enjoyed.
What was it funny that the girl that had in The Disaster Artist was hotter than the girl that played Lisa in the movie?
The movie version was kind of okayish. So yeah, the Disaster Artist one being hotter, like it's understandable.
It's like one of those investigative discovery reenactments, or you know what I mean?
I mean, you gotta remember, we also live in the same time where like Jigsaw from Punisher wasn't allowed to be ugly. So that's just Hollywood for you. No one's allowed to be ugly, not even ugly people. Have you seen Ugly Betty? She is fucking hot when she takes the braces off.
Yeah. America Ferrara, right? That's her name.
I didn't realize till they showed her one day. I was like, oh, screw you, Hollywood.
Yeah.
Screw you.
Yeah. If that's ugly, then really
ugly people had a chance in Hollywood. He's like, no, they didn't.
Yeah. We take pretty people and like make them look like shite for like 45 minutes a week.
What's that? It's that weird Hollywood ugly people try to do. Oh, just a ponytail and hair.
Yeah, say ponytail and glasses.
Yeah, ponytail and glasses.
Oh, she's hot now.
Yeah. What was that movie? She's All That with Freddie Prinze and Matthew Lillard.
And Not Another Teen Movie, the parody.
Yep.
Dude, bro.
Right?
Dude, bro, the movie.
Yeah.
Dude, bro, fucking Freddie Prinze. Bro, dude. It's for fucking kids, bro. Anyway, that's a whole nother story, and we got to bounce. It is that time, so let me go around the horn here. Sal Vador, thank you, sir, for joining us. Go ahead and give your channel let me highlight you here, and you give your channel some promotion.
I will gladly do that. Unfortunately, while making thumbnails the other day, I ruined part of my display, so I had to kind of take it down. I have nothing to show you, but I am the Dawn of 2 Cents Toys, where I offer you my 2 cents on toys. And quickly, manliness and motivation says the ugly hunchback in The Witcher. Yes, I would wife her up yesterday.
My man.
But I have. So we mentioned earlier in the stream, or I should say, I mentioned during my, euphoria-filled rant about toys. The Leonard company who created the core, they've currently put out a Walmart exclusive Alien collection for the 40th anniversary. I have acquired all of them, and I will be doing a review of the figures themselves, and then I'm going to customize the shit out of them and show the potential that I see in the line that perhaps other people don't see. But if you like TMNT, you like Star Wars, X-Men, and the like, subscribe to my channel where I talk about toys a lot and do not necessarily family friendly because I've started swearing a lot in my videos, but I'm not nearly as raunchy as I am here. But watch them with your kids, get informed opinions on toys so you don't waste your money like I am needlessly. And yep, that's all I got.
All right, let's go over here to Mr. Goober Brothers Entertainment. What you got going on, Mr. Cody?
Soon on my channel, going to be talking some baseball news. I know there's not a whole lot of sports ball people on here that listen to the shows, but if you're in the Phantom Menace or if you like our shit, you like Star Wars and all this, whatever. Yeah, come on over to my channel. We'll be talking baseball. There's been a lot of MLB news lately. There's a lot of crazy shit happening, from the Astros cheating to different tradings, and also Rob Manfred laying out a new platform for playoff rules. So some weird shit going on. So I'll be covering that soon. And also, I was gonna real quick before we leave. I got a article I want to share with you guys.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So, man suffers really huge big toe on TLC's "My Feet Are Killing Me."
Oh no.
So, I don't want to be copyright struck or whatever, but yeah, Brian Mills' left big toe was so large that the one next to it had to be removed. So,
Oh.
Why didn't they just remove the big toe?
so
I'm thinking too much.
you don't
I'm
have
thinking-
to walk a mile in Brian Mills' shoes to know he has a big problem, a giant big toe on his left foot. Mills was born with the enlarged toe, which grew so big that the toe next to it had to be removed when he was 2 years old. Does not look like he's 2. After they took one off, my big toe started growing significantly bigger. He recalls Thursday's upcoming episode of TLC series "My Feet Are Killing Me." Real quick, how many episodes do you think this fucking show's gonna have?
I have no idea. It scares me.
60.
Uh,
Will it last
It's like that
longer than
600-pound
Batwoman?
life show.
what was that, Sal?
Will it last longer than Batwoman?
No.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's the
Yes,
true
I
measure
think
of
it will.
greatness.
I think it will. As much as I pick on the whole crap like this seems to always last forever.
Can't take
But-
Batwoman away from me.
We're not going to take it away from you, Pete. You
I
got
don't
like
know.
a good
You
4
might
years
fall in love
left.
with this toe before you fall in love with her. It feels like I'm walking on sandpaper, and a lot of times I start to tend to walk on the side of my foot, and that causes a lot of pain on the other foot. This guy's got a lot of problems. Okay, I'm just here.
Ah!
Oh,
Oh, Jesus. It looks like it ate the other toes.
it looks like. I feel like I've seen this in a movie.
Coincidentally, he has a rest in peace
Rest in
tombstone
peace.
on it.
Rest in
But
peace.
I
My
guess that's
toes.
for his toe. I mean, I don't know.
He should have gotten a sign that said "Stayed home."
Oh, the diabetes got him.
Bro, it looks like it just it went through school and got a degree and has a car payment and house payment and shit. His toe fungus is gonna have to take out a mortgage on it.
Oh, that's prime real estate there too. It's paying beachfront rates.
Dude, do you think how far do you think he can kick a football?
He's still kicking it. It's still in space somewhere. It ain't come down yet.
Hey, Keely Chow shows up right at the end. Hail Keely Chow.
Hey, welcome to the Big Toe Show.
You started up with the Big Toe Show, Keely. Sorry.
Bro, this is
Tonight was
fucking
an unplanned.
Whoa! Hold on.
What is this?
Wild X-rays and medical photos.
Are those fucking tweezers or
Those are scissors, dude.
Oh Jesus, that's painful.
God.
You know, somewhere right now, Quentin Tarantino's beating off to this.
Ah,
We miss you, Adam.
man, where'd he go?
I'm scared to go forward because I don't want there to be some crazy stuff on here. But should I?
Might as well. We're here now.
Yep. Right before we go, we're showing off the what the fuck.
Face and a testicular ultrasound.
I've seen that before. That's Total Recall.
Yeah, I was gonna
Is that
say.
a face in there?
There's a face and his testicle.
Looks like Total Recall. It does.
It reminds me of the Mummy when you see the big face in the sand.
Yep.
I need an adult.
Doctors
Whoa.
examining an ultrasound of a testicular tumor in Canada were shocked by the resemblance to a face in agony. It was very ghoulish, like a man screaming in pain.
To say the very least.
God,
Jesus.
what is
Oh.
happening?
Oh, God, that's terrifying. All right, man. Okay, I think we're going to wrap it up here. Whew. So, yeah, thank you guys for joining us for episode 88 of the Place to Be Reviews. Impromptu tonight, but still a blast nonetheless. I'd like to thank my panel and Tony ToneDef, who had to take off. He's got a long night ahead of him though. So thank everybody for joining us for episode 88. Remember, go subscribe to 2 Cents Toys, Goober Brothers Entertainment. Go on over and subscribe. Fuck it. Can we cut that? No, never mind. We're doing it live. Go over and subscribe to Raiders of the Lost Flicks if you're not already. Be sure to subscribe to them and check out our new friend here over. Let me see how far I can scroll up. It's Brendan's. I'll highlight his. I'm just
Doom
gonna,
Scholar Studios.
Doom Scholar Studios. I want to highlight it, but I can't scroll up that far in the damn chat. But yeah, check out Doom Scholar Studios on Facebook. Go join the group, and yeah, that's it, guys. It's been episode 88. It's been fun. I'm Etepokuyan. I've been here in the Place to Be Reviews, right here with all of yous. And remember, if I don't see ya, have a great day and a pleasant tomorrow.
Put some
Cubs
glitter.
win! Cubs win!
Good night. Keep